Everybody, this is Johnny Basement, and we're back here in the basement for the Yankees versus the Dodgers. Big interleague matchup between two powerhouse teams, the New York Yankees and the Los Angeles Dodgers. A much anticipated game here, much anticipated for so many different reasons. We got Nestor on the mound. Shohei Ohtani's up. We got Mookie Betts out already. And this should be a lot of fun tonight, guys. A lot of fun. Last night's game I didn't do because it was on Apple TV. I have just about every way you can get the game. I got every way you can get the game except for that. I don't have Apple TV anymore. The announcing on there is terrible. I had it last year. I'm not going to pay for that this year. Just not going to pay for it. I don't see any reason in paying for it, and I'm not for a couple games here and there. I'm just not going to do it. So that's why I wasn't on last night doing this game. Again, Ohtani's up batting .312 on the season. That you all hear Rocco in the background. So we got him going here too. The basement mascot's on. Hopefully we get some Bruin officially in Yankee mode. OG Bruin, cellar dweller accounted for. Officially in Yankee mode. The Rangers and Knicks are over. We're officially in Yankee mode. Manav, another OG cellar dweller accounted for. Manav's in the basement. Manav. I'm going to drop a link here for Rock. Very excited about tomorrow morning, Johnny. I'm sure you are, Manav. Manav, I'm going to drop a link for Rock. My wife Rock has her own channel she started, so you should check it out. She does multiple things on there and has had some food on there too, Manav. Give me a second, I'll find the link. But yeah, it's been really cool. So 1 second and I'll get you the link. That'd be cool, Manav. You subscribe and let's see if I can find that. How's everybody doing tonight? I know we're officially in Yankee mode, Bruin. This is crazy, man. Officially, first game for us of the season on the channel. We haven't done a Yankee game yet. And again, I didn't do any of the Twins this week. I was still kind of getting in the mode to do baseball. Freddie Freeman looks like he's going to fly out. We had Betts, Ohtani, and Freeman, 3 up, 3 down. I don't know if Soto's playing or not right now. I don't know. Not totally sure on that yet. I'm trying to see right now. I'm scrolling through as we're talking. Not totally sure. 1 second, guys. Let me see if I can find it. Looking right now. Oh, that's probably why I'm in the wrong area. BTDs. You guys already know. Let's see. How about we try it this way? I'm confusing myself already. What's happening tonight, guys? I won't be on for the game tomorrow. I might be. Let me not say I won't be. I might be. Manav, here you go. Manav. And Lockport, OG cellar dweller accounted for. Lockport's in the basement. Everybody that didn't get this is Rock. My wife's channel. She just started it. Check it out. I just put in the link. I put it on from my other channel, but I'll put it in from this channel as well. Texas, another cellar dweller accounted for. Texas is in the basement. What's going on, Texas? What's happening? Good to see you in here, man. We were just saying first game accounted for of the season. First Yankee game, broke out the Yankee jersey. Had to put the Knicks and the Ranger jerseys away. I'm still disappointed in the New York Rangers. Not the Knicks. The Knicks did everything above and beyond. As we know, the Knicks did everything above and beyond, as we know. With all the injuries they had, and they still finished number 2 overall. Wow, they really pressed it all season with basically role players and Brunson being the only remaining starter from the start of the season. Now, The Rangers, we already know. We already know. I'm sorry. They should have beaten the Panthers. The Panthers are a really good team. We should have beaten them. We had the team to win now. And as Gunner, who I give full credit for, Gunner is the one that compared Igor to Josh Allen. It's a perfect analogy. These guys carry their teams on their backs. Only to get blamed for not being able to get it done is ridiculous. It was a perfect analogy from Gunner. Anthony Volpe leading off with a single. That's what I'm talking about right there. How about Volpe this year, guys? Have you seen this kid? So we got Volpe, Verdugo, Judge, Stanton, Rizzo, Torres, LeMahieu, Wells, and Grisham. Wow, Juan Soto, is this guy really hurt? Is he really going to be hurt? Like they said, his arm was inflamed. That's the way it started with not Julius Randle, OG Anunoby. Remember? Oh, it's just an elbow inflammation, just an arm inflammation. Then the guy was out for 2 months. So that's kind of crazy, man. Yes, all right, Manav. Say hello on Rock's channel. She'd love to see you, Manav. That's awesome. Thanks, buddy. And you can see some cool shorts on there, and she's put lasagna on there, Manav. I think you'll like Rock's channel a lot. Verdugo with a single. How about Verdugo for the Yankees this year? Who's looking forward to his trip to Boston next week? He's going to get booed out of the stadium, and he's probably going to relish in it. I like this kid. I like the attitude on him. I like the no holds barred attitude on this kid. I love it. Verdugo's been really good for us. It's the best left field acquisition we've had in the last couple of years, right? So got to be really happy with him. Oh, Lockport, awesome. Glad. Yes, you subscribed to the boss of the basement. Yes, Lockport. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Lockport. We appreciate it. She just started the channel. Everybody that can subscribe, Texas, subscribe to Rock's channel. It'd be awesome to have you guys in there as well. So it's really cool. You can see our parrot Bella on there and whatever Rock cooking. It's a lot of fun. So appreciate it, guys. Aaron Judge is up. We got first and second, nobody out. First Yankee game of the season. Thanks, Lockport. I try to switch it up, man. I try to get new hats, new stuff. You guys ever buy a hat and then not like it? I have a couple of hats I bought that I thought were really going to be good. And then I got them home and I'm like, I don't really like this one. I got a couple of hats for every team that I have that I don't really care for that much. But at the time, I thought I really loved them. Thanks, man. Bruin, thank you, Bruin. I appreciate it. I thought you already had subbed in the past, Bruin. But if you didn't, I think, it was Gunner. Gunner had subbed. Gunner did. All right, Bruin, thank you as well. Texas, Shesterkin needs to have a talk with the team. No doubt, dude. He has every right to be pissed, man. And for the sports media, again, I credit Gunner with this. Perfect analogy. Josh Allen, Igor carry their teams on their backs, and then they get blamed for being overrated and not being able to get it done. It is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing to do that. I mean, absolutely mind-blowing. Judge just flew out. Volpe's probably going to tag up, though, and go to third. I don't see why he wouldn't. Yeah, he did. So, just for laughs, and then we can end. Igor saved 187 shots out of 200 in the Panthers series. 187 he saved out of 200. He let in 13 goals on 200 shots. All right, he had a .926 save percentage. I mean, and a .926 save percentage, and I believe a 2.4 goals against average. Yeah, he's overrated. Yeah, he was the problem. He was the problem. Yeah, okay. Here's Giancarlo Stanton, who's had a tremendous bounce-back season. Tremendous bounce-back season. Got men on first and third. Verdugo's on first. Volpe's on third. And Stanton has just flown out, and I don't think, it's to the infield. We can't even get a run in. Boy, just as I was bigging him up, he flies out. Volpe has hit 29 of the last 30 games on fire. I know. Remember last year, I have family and friends of mine that are Boston fans, and they just went on and on about, oh, Volpe, yeah, he looks really good at the plate. They're just mocking the hell out of him. And now I don't hear from him at all. Volpe's been incredible. Here's Anthony Rizzo, sitting 228 this year. Now, Rizzo, I always loved the Anthony Rizzo acquisition. I hope, because he's older now, I hope we get Pete Alonso on this team next year. Because he's so angry about the Mets giving up Buck Showalter. He really had a great connection with Showalter, was really pissed that they gave him up. A lot of talk about Alonso wanting to leave, about the Mets not resigning him or him wanting to leave or however you want to look at it. I don't know, but let him land on the Yankees. He's, what, 10 years younger than Rizzo? I'll take Pete Alonso on this team. I'll take him on this team in a heartbeat. If Stanton moves on, then keep Rizzo as like a DH backup first baseman, if he was willing to do that. Manav, hanging out with my family now. Have a good night, Johnny, and other dwellers. All right, man. Thanks for subbing to Rock's channel. Look forward to seeing you on there and seeing you in here in the future, brother. Rizzo, come on. We had first and second, nobody out, and we didn't get a run. Come on, guys. First and second, nobody out, and we didn't get a run, and you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Bear with me a second here, guys. Bear with me. I got to do one thing on my channel here. I don't think I did the... Hold on. There's something not... I know you guys get nervous when I say hold on, like the whole thing's going to shut down. No, I think I really know what I'm doing here. Bear with me a second. I really think I know what's going on. All right. Every time I click something, I'm like, are you guys still there? I know you guys are still there. I can see myself in the corner. Yep. All right. Let me get this going. I didn't fully set up the thing. I just got it going. All right. Public. One second, guys. Sorry, you guys know the deal. We're in the basement. Oh, there it is. That's what I needed. The monetization was off. I knew it was off. All right, now we're good again. We're good. We're back. See, I did that. Bam, 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 boom, boom, boom. I did that without losing you guys. That's crazy, right? I pulled something. I'm getting better at that. I know I lost you guys last week. Flip, another cellar dweller accounted for. First Ozzy in the basement. I almost said another one, but you're the first one in here. Flip in the basement. What's going on, Flip? Ozzy dweller in the house in the first one. Yes, sir. Thank you very much for showing up, Flip. Texas got her in community. Thank you very much, Texas. Appreciate it. We're here. All good. Yep, we're here. You guys know when I say hold on a second, you guys know. It used to be 100% chance I'd lose you guys, but now it's only 50%. Raleigh, OG cellar dweller accounted for. Raleigh is in the basement. Hey, Johnny was just at the Padres game versus the D-backs and was 2 rows away from home run ball. Dang. That would have been great if you caught that, man. I've been to a ton of Yankee games and Mets games growing up. Not so well because I was trucking the country. When I was driving a truck around the country, I didn't get to go to too many games. Fly out. Judge caught it on the side. All right, good. Top of the second, 1 out already. Boy, we really blew that, man. First and second, nobody out with Judge, Stanton, and Rizzo, and we couldn't get a run in. That's not good, and we're playing the Dodgers, man. We got to win this game. We cannot get swept. So completely forgot what I was talking about. Hold on. Oh, no, that's gone. Goodbye, Cortez, home run. See what I mean? And I was just saying, first and second, nobody out. Judge, Stanton, and Rizzo. We couldn't get a run home. Just gave up a home run. Cortez just gave up a home run. 1-0 Dodgers. Way back, another cellar dweller in Ozzy accounted for in the basement. My Hawkers, way back, I was going to pick them. I promise you I was going to pick them. And then at the last second, way back, I flipped it over to the Giants. Do you know so far on my tipping, I have none right. I've lost every game. Here's my two dumb mistakes. And I know the rule is once you pick a team, you stay there. I went from my Lions to the Bulldogs, blew that. Went from the Hawks to the Giants, blew that. I picked the Hawks, I picked the Lions, and then right before the games all started, I changed them. And I paid for it on both of them. And another one. I flipped from St. Kilda to the Suns. I did 3. From St. Kilda to the Suns. I should have had 3. I have no wins right now. This week is very bad for me. Very bad. I have 0 this week too. All right, flip. Yes. I have 0. I should have had 3. And going on your name, Flip, I flipped them all. I know better than to do that. You don't even do that in betting over here. Once you pick a team, you stick to it. You don't overthink it. You don't overdo it. And what did I do? All of that. All of that. Well, all right, so we got a man on first now. Cortez already hit a home. Not Cortez. What did I say? Cortez hit a home run. Cortez gave up the home run. Look at this. Rojas batting 287, 7th in the batting order for the Dodgers. Now, the Yankees have an amazing offense as well. We know that. But, I mean, again, in this kind of series, the Dodgers and the Yankees both can't afford to leave runners on base. You just can't. Way back, I only have 1, and that's the Hawks, right? That's the Hawks? It's probably the Hawks, right? Raleigh, hey, Bruin, Flip, it's hard. It's a hard round to pick a winner. It is, man. It is a hard round to pick a winner. Obviously, Flip, because you and I have picked no winners. 0. But yeah, it seems like a lot of teams that should, like the Roos. Who picked the Roos? Did anybody pick the Roos? Everybody picked the Eagles, right? Who would have picked the Roos? I wasn't even, I won't lie there. I wasn't even tempted to pick the Roos. I picked the Eagles and didn't think twice about it, and they lost. Uh-oh. Oh, my gosh. That's just foul. Cortez almost gave up a 2-run homer. I don't like the way, even his outs, what we call loud outs. He's giving up some loud outs. Deep. They are tagging this ball right now. I don't like the way Cortez is pitching. I don't like the way he's pitching. All right, double play. There we go. Double play. Good, we're out of it. All right, we gave up a home run. We're down 1-0. The OG of OGs, Mr. Marine in the basement and accounted for. Mr. Marine, what is going on? Back to baseball. So disappointing. Not the Yankees, just so disappointing that we're not doing what tonight? The game 1 of the Stanley Cup final between the Panthers and the Oilers. Go Edmonton. Go Edmonton. Go Edmonton. I will be checking in on that game occasionally. Tonight, we should have been doing Rangers versus Edmonton. But here we are. I had to break out the Yankee jerseys. I had to tuck away the Knicks and tuck away the Ranger jerseys tonight, guys. I had to tuck them away until October. Even though you see one right here, Charles Oakley, beast. One of my favorite, if not my favorite, New York Knick of all time, along with Patrick Ewing. But those jerseys are tucked away and will not be worn on this channel until October. That's the game we should have been doing tonight. Go Oilers. Amen. I might do a Panther-Oiler game. If the Yankees are playing a garbage team, I might do a Panther-Oiler game on here. I have an Oilers jersey too. I have one. Of course, you guys know the one. It's Gretzky. I have one Oilers jersey. So I actually could do an Oiler Panther game, which I probably will do. I might do one during the week. Might do one. I wouldn't mind watching the game. Who cares, right? Go Oilers. We got to go on and do something. Go Oilers, I guess. I know, Bruin, right? Bruin, our teams got knocked out by the Panthers, man. Not that they're a bad team, but I really thought Boston was going to handle them this year, and we were going to have a Boston-New York conference finals. What I don't agree with is some Ranger fans are saying, well, the referees, the game is rigged. If the game was rigged, I mean, really, where's the logic in that? Why would the league, especially hockey, not want New York versus Edmonton? Why would they want Florida? Florida isn't a nationally revered team. They're not a nationally televised, wow, man, the Panthers. What Panther fans are there anywhere in the country besides Florida? Right? If you would think the league, if they were going to rig a hockey game, oh, Glaber got a hit there. Don't put, he might, is he going to push two? Nope. All right, Glaber got a single first pitch. So you would think hockey, who needs the casual fan, would want New York versus Edmonton, a Canada team. They would want New York Rangers have a draw. Even if it was the New York Islanders, you would think if it's rigged, they would rig it for New York. So I don't agree that it was rigged. I agree that the Rangers did not show up. No Kreider, no Panarin, no Mika. They're the ones to blame. Period. Period. No one else. Them. Now, Rocco would like to show off his Yankee jersey. He's got one on here today. Got a little Yankee symbol there. And Aaron Judge. He's got his Aaron Judge jersey on. Rocco has tucked away his Rangers. Back-to-back base hits again. Rocco has also tucked away his Rangers and Knicks jerseys. We are Yankees all the way now. Way back, Bond, Tony, and T and Flex tipped the ruse. Wow, 4 people tipped the ruse. Wow. DJ LeMahieu single. We got first and third. Nobody out. They better get a run and then some. We need runs. And Juan Soto, does anybody have an update on Juan Soto? Austin Wells is up. This guy's actually starting to hit lately. Mr. Marine, Rangers Rehab Center. Every year they do this to us. Rehab Center says we will never be happy as Ranger fans. You better believe it. Like I said, Mr. Marine, because you weren't in here at the time, I'm so proud of the New York Knicks. So proud of what they did through all the adversity, all the injuries. Jalen Brunson carried the team. Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, Precious Achua, all these backups stepped up and played their hearts out. Next man up mentality, 110% at every given turn for that team. The Rangers, I'm still not over the Rangers, man. I don't give them the same praise that I give the Knicks. Not even close. Not even close. Bruin, I wanted Dallas to be in the finals. I didn't really care that much, Bruin, to be honest with you, but I thought Edmonton has a better chance of beating the Panthers than Dallas. Even though Dallas has the better goalie. Jake Ottinger is a better goalie than Skinner. Skinner, I know, has been playing like really well, but I would take Ottinger over Skinner, probably not even think twice about it. But Connor McDavid is a determined dude. There we go. Run home, run home. Oh, I think Austin Wells beat that. We got the run in, though. Wells got the run in. Rocco, come on, man. We got the run in. 1-1, 1-1. Austin Wells came through. The guy's starting to hit lately. He's starting to grow on me a little bit. And I think Wells was safe. Oh, he's safe. They're reviewing it right now. Way back, it's Florida, an expansion team. They came in the league around 1992 or 19. They've been around 30 years. I think 94. They've been around 30 years. So, and the Tampa Bay Lightning also. They came before the Panthers. I think the Lightning came around 92. So not really an expansion team like Vegas. The Vegas Golden Knights, Seattle Kraken, they're more within the last decade. Kraken even like within the last 3 years. So, but they're an expansion team enough way back that nobody really cares about them. You know what I mean? It's not the matchup. If the referees in the league was rigging the game, which seems to be a theme lately, they would want New York. I'm not even being biased. I'm just stating facts. They would want New York or Boston. Philadelphia. I mean, Philadelphia wasn't in it. I'm just throwing out teams. Those are the big name teams that attract across the country. Any Canada team is going to draw major ratings from Canada. Doesn't matter whether they want to see them win or lose. You have 7 teams in Canada, and you're going to get ratings from there regardless. But when you have teams like New York, Pittsburgh, Boston, Philadelphia, these are the teams that across the country that people will see. Los Angeles, that's what the casual fan's going to watch. Knicks did very good. Lots of heart. Amen, Mr. Marine. I have nothing but praise for them. Nothing but praise. I was very proud. I knew they lost. Listen, very proud of what they did and what they accomplished through all the adversity, all the injuries. I have no issues there. Bruin, an old one way back. What? I missed something. Yeah, Rocco, you love his Aaron Judge jersey or what? I'm not big on I'm pretty traditional when it comes to the Yankee jerseys. And I personally won't buy one with the name of the player on the back because the Yankee jerseys, I mean, they don't do that. They don't put names on the back. And I really tried to find a dog jersey, Yankee jersey that didn't, but they all have names on the back. So Rocco just said, all right, we'll just get it. Uh, 93, I think, for yeah, because I have the John Van Beesbrook the Bees and the Panthers' first Stanley Cup was 1996, and they got swept by Colorado, but it wasn't an easy sweep. And that Colorado team was loaded. You had Sakic and Peter Forsberg, you had Adam Foote, Claude Lemieux. Oh, they challenged it and they called Wells out. Patrick Waugh, 4-time Stanley Cup champion. I mean, Florida had no chance. You had what? Scott Mellenby. You recognize these names? Scott Mellenby, Shepard. You recognize any of these names? I mean, that's who was on that Florida team, but they had no shot against Colorado. None. So I think you're right, Bruin. It's probably around 93. 93, 94 season, because this was their 30th year anniversary. So that would make sense, right? So we got Trent Grisham up, who's probably going to get more playing time with Soto out. Soto better not be hurt for a long time. Just better not be. Everybody keeps telling me arm inflammation. I just think, like I said, of OG Anunoby. Oh, it's just an arm. It's just elbow, arm inflammation. He'll be fine. And he was out for 2 months. And that, by the way, is a guy that Knicks need to sign back. OG Anunoby. Need to sign him back. Need to sign him back. Trent Grisham, actually, he's batting .87, but I mean, the guy plays once every 15 years. He did hit a home run against the Twins, though, the other day. His first at bat, first pitch in 15 games, and he knocked it over the wall. How about those Twins, huh? They must hate the Yankees. They are the Yankees punching bag. 100% punching bag. Unbelievable, man, but it's true. They are 100% the Yankees punching bag, the Minnesota Twins. That's crazy. I just checking his Soto update. It just says it doesn't say much on him. I have to look a little deeper. I just did a quick scan. Anyway, we got first man on first, 3-2 on Grisham, and only one out. And we did tie the game 1-1. Mr. Marine. Wait, hold on. I lost. Hold on. I passed a few people. Old one way back, 93. That's where I left off. Bruin, 1993. 93-94 season. That's where I was. Yeah, I think you're right. Lockport, have the Utah hockey team come up with a name yet? Oh my gosh. I know. It does sound weird there in Utah. They've come up with some ideas. I saw the Utah Glaciers. The Glaciers was one. There's a couple of them. I'll pull them up in a little bit. There's actually some names that they actually ideas they had for names. And I know the Glaciers was one of them. Not yet though, right? Okay. Mr. Marine, how's the Motley Crue concert in AC? Did they sound? Oh, they actually sounded good, Mr. Marine. I mean, all considering, they sounded good. Grisham just flied out the center. They sounded good. Vince Neil sounded pretty good. You know, all the jokes and everything you hear about Vince Neil and when he was fat, Vince Meals, all that, but he actually sounded really good, all considering. Tommy Lee was awesome on the drums as expected. John 5 is a great. Mick Mars will always be the man. Mick Mars created that band. He carried Motley Crue. So Mick Mars is always the man. But for Crue people, fans out there that are hating on John 5, John 5 has nothing to do with Mick Mars not being there. Mick Mars even said that he is a solid replacement for him. He has nothing to do with Mick Mars not being there. John 5, Mr. Marine, was amazing. Amazing guitarist, man. He really came out. He really played hardcore. The dude is an awesome guitarist, man. I give a lot of props to John 5. I have a couple of shorts, Mr. Marine. If you look through my channel, I have shorts in there that show John 5 on there and a couple of views from the Crue concert. Mr. Marine, check it out, man. Check it out. It was a really good time. It was a perfect venue. We weren't that far from the stage, man. Check it out. But I highlighted John 5 in a couple of them, man. I was very impressed. I heard the guy could play and he could jam. So overall, all considering, it was a great concert. And they did a couple of covers of other songs too. Kind of funny. Bruin, did they have Bruin. Did they have Milan Hedjuk at the time? The Avalanche? I don't think he came around till 2000, Bruin. I don't think he was on that Colorado team. I'll look that up, but I don't think he was. I think he came around I don't think he hit the league till the late 90s or early 2000s. I don't think he was on that team. I'll look though, bro, and give me a second. I'll take a look. I don't think he was though. Volpe just struck out. Thank you very much. So anyway, at least we tied the game up 1-1. Davis, welcome into the basement. Subscribe, bell notice, hit the like button. And appreciate you dropping in. I remember when Mike Piazza, Eric Karros, and Gary Sheffield played for the Dodgers. That is going back. You know, Mike Piazza was drafted as a favor to his father because his father apparently had some type of, I don't know if it was a playing relationship, business somehow with Tommy Lasorda. Mike Piazza wasn't even like a real thought of draft pick. Isn't that crazy? Eric Karros, I forgot about him, Davis. Great name there. Great shout out. Eric Karros. Eric Karros, man. Wow. Do you guys know where Gary Sheffield started? Do you guys know Gary Sheffield's first team and what position was he playing? Did everybody know? There's a trivia question. We'll start some trivia tonight. What team did Gary Sheffield begin with? And what position did he play? Texas, they should use Salt Dogs. Cup intros now. I know. I'm going to flip over there a couple of times. I'll check out the game a little bit. I am Texas. I will do a Panthers Oilers. I won't promise it, but I should be able to. Since considering I do have an Oilers jersey, I should I could actually go in there rooting for the Oilers wearing an Oilers jersey. No, way back. Game 1 is tonight. Game 1 is tonight, but Florida did eliminate the New York Rangers, who were number 1 overall in the league. And our top stars didn't feel like showing up in that series way back. They didn't feel like showing up. And I'm talking about great players. And one of my favorites, Chris Kreider, man. He's an all-time Ranger. He's going to go to the Hall of Fame. He's one of the greatest New York Rangers of all time. Didn't show up. Didn't show up. Panarin decides to score a goal in the last game, in the last minute and a half. Mr. Marine, it's sad that they don't get along no more. Yes, I've seen some of it. Girls song, that it. Mars kept MC going. Yeah, absolutely. Mick Mars carried that band. Think about it. He was the only guitarist, Mr. Marine. There was no rhythm guitar. There was no anything. Mars carried that band. Nikki Sixx. The old joke is to all the haters out there, Nikki Sixx knows 3 chords, not 2. But he's not the greatest bassist in the world, but everybody knows that. Tommy Lee is a very good drummer. Very, very good drummer. The guy's incredible. I mean, he's the most popular drummer probably in the mainstream, but I mean, he's not Neil Peart. He's no Neil Peart, Neil Peart, he's not that level. To me, that's the greatest drummer of all time. I know people argue John Bonham or Ginger Baker. I get it, and I get the arguments. I get it. My number one's Neil. Neil is my number one. Mick Mars carried that band for years. I'm saying John 5. I don't know why they're all not getting along. Apparently, Mick wanted to retire from touring. He just wanted to retire from touring. And the band apparently just said, well, we're retiring you completely. So I don't know the whole story. I don't know the politics behind it, but I know John 5 had nothing to do with it. And people that say, well, he pushed him out. No, John 5 had nothing to do with it. As far as I understand it, and Mick Mars said it himself, he has nothing to do with this. Nothing. Texas looking at Bobrovsky, the Panthers win the cup. Yeah, Bobrovsky's been on fire. That guy's a Hall of Famer. He's a very underrated goalie. He was brought in to be the backup to a young goalie they had, and I forget the kid's name now. I just forget it. Probably because it's a forgettable name at this point. And he's carried the team. Bobrovsky has carried the team. He's far and above Skinner. Bobrovsky is but on the same hand, and I don't mean this disrespectfully to Bobrovsky at all. And I tell my friend, you guys always hear me yell out his name, Fuzzy Bear. He pops in here, Froge. That's a personal friend of mine. I've known him for 12, 13 years now. I told him, I'm not knocking Bobrovsky. I'm just saying he wasn't really tested that much by the Rangers. We would skate down there and take a shot and then went right back to our zone. Igor was under duress the entire series. Bobrovsky, not so much. I mean, he didn't really get tested that much, right? Not really. And I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying he was kind of on a hammock sipping lemonade. I mean, he really didn't have to do too much. Now he's going to be facing Draisaitl and Connor McDavid and a very fast Oiler team. I'm very curious to see how that plays out because I really thought the Panthers were going to beat Vegas last year, and Vegas just outskated the hell out of them. They had 2 games that were close. Taylor just got a hit. The Dodgers have first and second right now. Nobody out. Cortez is not pitching good. Cortez is not pitching a good game. Every inning, the Dodgers should have more than 1 run. Every inning, there's runners on base. I don't like that because as the innings drag on, he's going to start giving up big hits. So anyway, Bobrovsky, what the hell was I talking about? Oh, but Vegas blew them out they beat him in 6, right? They blew him out in 4 of those games. It was 4-1, a 7-goal game they had, a 9-goal game they had against the Panthers. What was that? I remember the 9, I think it was 9-3. Bob gave up 8 goals. I couldn't believe it. I really thought the Panthers were going to beat Vegas. So I don't know what they're going to do in this series against Edmonton. I doubt that Bobrovsky's going to look like he did in last year's finals. But still in all, the Rangers should be there. I'm still disgruntled over that. Bruins, Seattle Mariners? Nope, not the Mariners. Mr. Marine forgot the team he started, but he did. Yes, you are correct, Mr. Marine. Gary Sheffield started his career at third base. Anthem. Oh, you're talking about Rush, Fly By Night? Anthem? Amazing opening. If you're talking about Neil Peart, Anthem, boom. I am a Rush. I can tell you just about every song, where they were on almost every album. I was punished a lot as a kid, and we didn't have internet, and we didn't have all that back then. And I listened to a whole lot of Rush and Motley Crue and Metallica Rush albums. I pretty much know them front and back, like where they actually sat on the album. Rush is my favorite band. Oh no, Mookie Betts to the wall. Woo! Aaron Judge got it at the wall. I mean, the back of the warning track. Cortez is not pitching good. However, Luis Heel, who they're showing now, have you seen this kid this year? 8-1, 1.82 ERA, 85 strikeouts. 9 starts, he's 8-1 with a 1.82 ERA. I watched him pitch against the Dodgers. The dude was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. Rush is my favorite band. They've always been my favorite band growing up. I love them. I always have. They're the holy trinity of musicians, man. Geddy Lee is arguably the greatest bassist of all time. Top 3 for sure. Alex Lifeson is the most underrated guitarist, man. You don't just pick up a guitar and play with Rush. You just don't do it. He's just underrated, I think, because of the amazing bandmates he had. These guys were ridiculous. Ridiculous. And they didn't even play. They weren't even mainstream radio. They refused to be mainstream top 40 type of guys. And in that era, it was almost like underground. Like you had to really like discover them because you didn't hear them on the radio. Not until like Tom Sawyer, which was like 8 years after they had already been out. 8 or 9 years. Which is their most popular known song, Tom Sawyer, but they have far and beyond way better songs than that. That's just their most popular one. Cortez pitching to Ohtani, first, third, 1 out. No, way back. They haven't. No, it's game 1. It's game 1 today, right now. Panthers, Edmonton Oilers, game 1 tonight, right now, way back. Does anybody give up on Gary Sheffield's first team? Mr. Marine, surprise. I know. Surprised Nikki Sixx is even still breathing. That guy. I'm surprised he's even still breathing. You're right. Remember the time, the famous story of Nikki Sixx is him ODing on heroin, ODing and getting rushed to the hospital. They revive him, save him. He leaves the hospital and does it again. It just shoots up again. I mean, wow, who does that? Oh, Ohtani got a hit. There you go, 2-1. Dodgers, first and second, 1 out. As I said, Cortez is not pitching good. Every inning, there's runners on base. Brewers was it. Yes. Did I miss that? Brewers was it. Texas, yes. Milwaukee Brewers was it. That is correct. That is correct. Milwaukee Brewers is it. Very good. If you put it in there, dude, I missed it. Obviously. Yeah, Brewers is it. Good answer. Good answer. Yeah, we're doing baseball, so we got to get back into the questions. Man, Mr. Marine, where is Trouba? Trouba Train is always in here all the time. Trouba Train is always in here. Now that you're back, I haven't seen him. He'll be in here, though, eventually. One second, guys. So yeah, Brewers is it. I'm going to give you guys another one. Oh, Bruin, let me check it out. I just started looking it up. Hold on, Bruin. Let me get back to Bruin. Bruin asked me a question before. Let me look. I got it. I typed in the name. Let me just make sure. Double play ball. Yankees out of the inning, gave up 1 run. Milan. Bruin Milan came in the league. Hedgick. He came in the league in 1998-99 season, so he was not a part of the 96 championship team. So no, he was playing in, he wasn't even in the NHL in 96. He came in the NHL in 98-99. So there you have it. He wasn't on the team. I didn't think he was, but I wasn't sure. So there you go. Let me get back to you guys now. Mr. Marine, Neil Peart went through some serious family health problems. His wife then daughter got sick, then that's too fast. Yeah, Neil Peart's daughter killed in a car accident. And then his wife died of cancer like the same year. A few months later, she died the same year. And I think that's when they went on a hiatus for a few years, and then they made Vapor Trails. That was the first album back, Vapor Trails. And I think Ghost Rider on that album was pretty much the song of Neil traveling the country. Just getting his head right. I don't know how you get your head right from losing your daughter in a car accident, and then your wife dies a few months later to cancer. It's mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. He got sick way too fast, and they did hold it back. Neil Peart was an amazing. I get the bottom Neil, back and forth, Neil Peart, bottom, Neil Peart, bottom. I always find it funny, though, Mr. Marine. I always find it funny when the Neil Peart haters are like, well, he was just a technical drummer. A technical drum. Like that's like a slight. Like he was a technical, he was technically amazing. For anybody that hasn't seen Neil Peart or doesn't know what we're talking about, you want to see an amazing drummer, a drum solo, type in Neil Peart live in Frankfurt. I'll even type it in. I'm not kidding you. You want to see a drum? It's like 8 minutes, and it's not boring. It's not even close. The 8 minutes, it's like that. He does like 4 different or 5 different styles of drumming. I'm not a musician, so I may be more than that, but he switches tempos like nobody's business, and he's just surrounded by drums. If I get a chance, I'll get the link and drop it in there. But that's it right there. Neil Peart live in Frankfurt. You want to see a drum solo? Check that out. Ultimate. Hey, who watched USA beating Pakistan? It was an insane match. Good. USA won. That's what I care about. Good. And welcome in, you Ultimate. Another dweller accounted for. Alex Verdugo up to the plate right now. It's 1-2 count on him. Bottom of the third. 2-1 Dodgers. Bruin, he's probably in Cancun or something with the other Rangers. Right. Right. Probably hanging out the whole thing. Texas Panthers 1-0. All right. Panthers up 1-0. King B. King, another dweller accounted for. King's in the basement. Hey, Johnny, bummer about the Rangers. You going to watch any of the finals? I actually am going to watch the finals. It's just that the Yankees and the Dodgers are playing right now. This is a humongous matchup between two great teams with two great batting orders. So I decided to do this live and get the Yankee aura, the Yankees stuff going, because we have to resign to the fact that the Rangers and the Knicks are out of it. So got to break in the Rangers. I had to pack away my Rangers and Knicks jerseys, King. Had to pack them away and break out the Yankee jerseys. In a couple months, I'll have the Jet jerseys out, and then we'll get that going. But yep, it is a bummer, dude. We've been talking about it on and off in here, King. I'm still disgruntled about them. Not the Knicks. I'm not disgruntled about the Knicks. I'm disgruntled about the Rangers. They had everything they needed to win the whole thing. Everything. At least he got a cup in 01. Yeah, he did. That was the year Ray Borg finally got his cup, right? Bruin, Ray Borg had to go to Colorado to get a cup. I'm not even knocking your team. Igor Shesterkin may have to do that one day. He may have to go elsewhere. What other city can get a team like a team? A goalie like Henrik Lundqvist. I mean, a generational player. Henrik Lundqvist. Generational goalie. Only New York would not win with a goalie like that. Now we get Igor, another. Oh, Aaron Judge rips one. Gone. Wait, I don't know if it's gone. Yep, home run, Aaron Judge. Boom, 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 boom. 22nd bomb of the season, Aaron Judge, home run. And he started out very slow in April. I didn't watch a lot of, as I told you guys, I didn't watch a lot of Yankee games, not in full anyway. And Judge had a horrendous April. But man, is he back? He is back. That is gone, tied the game up. That's what we need. There we go. Fuzzy Bear Froge in the basement with his Florida Panthers scoring up 1-0. Congratulations, Froge. We're different this year. So they already won the cup. They're up 1-0, Froge, and they've won the cup already. So I don't blame him. His Panthers are there. I got nothing bad to say. His Panthers are there. He beat the Rangers. What can we say? Congratulations, Froge. Congratulations, man. They're up 1-0. They better be different this year, Froge. They have to be pissed about last year. That's what teams do. When you lose, you come back and make a statement. The Rangers don't do that. Igor does it, but not the Rangers. King, I've never understood what exactly make the Panthers good. Why can't other teams duplicate their formula, or is it just Bob and Net? Well, that's what I said last year about Bobrovsky. I just knew, King, I just knew they were going to beat Vegas. And Bobrovsky laid a dud in that finals. Just laid a dud. This year, I think it's on fire, man. Love you too, Froge. You know it, brother. You know it, man. And I will be watching the series, Froge. Just the Yankees are playing the Dodgers. Had to do this game tonight. You know the Yankees are my team. But I will be watching the Panthers and Oilers for the most part. I will be watching the series. So it's all good, brother. It's all good. As I was saying before, King, Bobrovsky is he's going to the Hall of Fame. He's an amazing goalie. The guy has been the backstop for what? I mean, remember when the Columbus Blue Jackets? I've said this on here a million times. He was the 8th seeded team, beat the number 1 record-setting team in the Tampa Bay Lightning. He was the goalie for that Blue Jackets team. He was the goalie for the Panthers last year. 8th seeded team beat the record-setting Boston Bruins team in the first round. He's the only goalie to ever do that. The guy is an amazing goalie, and he can be the difference there. Oilers are a very fast team. Connor McDavid is just as determined to get a cup. I mean, talk about a guy that gets ripped on a lot for not having a ring yet. McDavid is not going to lay down. But again, I said it during the Rangers series, I'd rather play the Oilers only because the goalie is worse. I mean, I was going to say I'd rather play Dallas because of Connor McDavid and Draisaitl. But the flip side of that is Skinner is not as good as Jake Ottinger for Dallas. So everybody expected the Dallas-New York Rangers series. Everybody expected that, and this is what we got. So I don't agree with the referees rigging and all that. Not in hockey. They would rather have Dallas versus New York than Edmonton. Well, no, Canada. I'll take that back. Canada's a huge. I mean, they made the sport. So I don't agree with that type of talk. But I don't understand the rest of it, though, King. I'm not even being biased. On paper, the Rangers had better shooters, a better team up and down, more depth. I don't get it. The Panthers crash the net style is what I think throws teams off. Remember the Buffalo Bills? I'm showing my age here. Remember the Buffalo Bills when they were the first team to run that 2-minute offense for the whole game? The Giants eked by them in the Super Bowl, but they were the team. And what did the Giants do? They ran O.J. Anderson. They ran him and ran him and ran him. And I think they held the ball for 40 minutes in that game. They kept Buffalo's offense off the field, but no one knew how to stop it. The Panthers, I mean, you watch the Rangers series. Did it not seem like every time one Ranger got the puck, it seemed like there was 10 guys on him. It seemed like the Panthers had 10 guys on the ice. They were just swarming out there, and they lived in our zone. It was like half-ice hockey. They lived in our zone. They did it to the Bruins, too. They lived in their zone the whole game. They crashed the net. I think what killed them last year is Vegas. Vegas got around that. And it's kind of like an all-out blitz. If you get past that wave, there's nobody back there but the goalie. And Vegas did that a lot. You get past that wave, man, it's like getting past the first wave of a blitz. Now you got maybe, a safety back there, somebody that hopefully can stop it. So I think that's why Vegas pulled off some huge ones, because they got past that. Anyway, we're tied up here 2-2. 3 innings in the books. Top of the 4th coming out. Cortez, every inning has been shaky. Can we please get a 1-2-3 inning? Uh, all right, way back. Take care, brother. Thanks for popping in. You probably already left because I'm behind on the screen here. Bruin, yeah, bittersweet, but I'm glad he finally got a cup after all those years. Right. I wouldn't have blamed Lundqvist when he went to the Capitals. I know he had a heart surgery, so he couldn't play for them. Had they won there, I would have been happy as hell for Henrik Lundqvist. I am not a Capitals fan. They are a division rival. But if Lundqvist had gone to Boston, if Lundqvist had, how about this, Bruin? If Lundqvist had gone to the Islanders, I would have had to have gone for them to win the whole thing. Only because of him. Only because of him. I would have had to have. Nathaniel, welcome into the basement. Subscribe, bell notice, hit the like button, please. Nathaniel, I love Aaron Judge. Hopefully we better get Soto back. We better get Soto back. Like I said, these little, oh, it's an arm inflammation. Yeah, so was OG Anunoby's. He was out for the whole freaking 2 months, comes back, and then he had to go out again. We better not go through this. Nathaniel, if Aaron Judge wins us a World Series championship, then I think he can be in the Yankees Hall of Fame. No doubt. Nathaniel, no doubt. No doubt, dude. He'll definitely be in the Yankees Hall of Fame. That's another thing. Look at this. Speaking of generational talents, we were talking about Lundqvist, Igor Shesterkin, Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge. It's like the next wave of young Yankee players that we should be winning titles with. When you think about the era of the Red Sox at the time, the Houston Astros, even the Tampa Bay Rays, and the Yankees. Those four teams were your top teams in the American League from 2018, 2017, right? Pretty much through last year. The Red Sox won a World Series. The Houston Astros won at least two, right? Tampa Bay at least made the World Series, even though they lost to the Dodgers. They at least made it. The Yankees haven't even made it with this team. The Yankees haven't even made a World Series. That is embarrassingly bad. We're becoming like the Cowboys. Like, hey, they always have the team, and everybody talks up the Yankees, and then when the playoffs come around. So when I make fun of my friends that are Cowboy fans, they throw the Yankee thing back at me, and what can I say? Oh, well, at least we won one more recently. That was like 2009. I mean, yes, it wasn't as bad as the Cowboys. At least we make championship series, but we don't want to make championship series. We want to win the World Series. Like we have, think about it. Garrett Cole's not even here, and Luis Heel, 1.82 ERA, killing it. Nestor Cortez, how about Carlos Rodon? Bounce back season. Carlos Rodon is killing it this year. Absolutely killing it. I don't know if he was rushed back last season to do what he was doing on the mend or however you want to do it, because it was a merry-go-round on the bases when he was pitching last year. A freaking merry-go-round. Not this year. That guy is looking like the ace that we thought he was going to be, and he's not even the number one starter on our team. So we had a lot of maybes and hopefuls like Rodon, and he coming through. Clark Schmidt pitching well. Luis Heel pitch. When we get Cole back, watch out. And they're not rushing him back, nor should they. Mr. Marine, Hank Ewing, great New York players who never won anything. That's right. Patrick Ewing, another wasted legend. Another wasted legend. You know who these guys are? These guys are Dan Marino of basketball and of hockey. Like you can't, when you bring up Dan Marino in a greatest quarterback conversation, people dismiss him like he was garbage. Oh, you can't, you don't have any rings. You can't count him. Can't count him. But when you watch like Troy Aikman or Brett Favre, these guys talk about if you were to start a team, forget about rings, forget about all the extras. If you were to start a team and everybody's in their prime, who's your quarterback? They're Dan Marino. Dan Marino. Right. Dan Marino. That's your guy. It just, but you can't count him because he had one of your rings. Lundqvist, you can't count him as one of the greats because, well, he don't have any rings. And there are New York teams. We can think of these wasted talent. Aaron Judge can't possibly be the next one we waste. Aaron Boone, listen, I like Aaron Boone. I don't care about the regular season with Aaron Boone. I don't like the guy, but he's 14-17 in the playoffs. 14-17 in the playoffs. As a New York Yankee manager, that's unacceptable. You should be gone. I don't dislike Aaron Boone, but you should be gone. With a team like this, a lot of managers would kick ass. But he makes very bad decisions in the playoffs, and we lose. That was a heartless 2 years ago championship series against Houston. We got swept, and I knew we were going to get swept. I mean, like, we weren't hardly in any games. I mean, we came back, if I can remember correctly. I think we came back in, game 3? We came back to New York and got shut out like 5 or 6-0. Something like that. That's ridiculous, man. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. So they don't win it this year. He should really be fired. I'm sorry. He should just be fired. I have friends of mine that love Aaron Boone. Listen, George Steinbrenner, first of all, he probably would have never hired him. Secondly, he definitely would have fired him by now. He definitely would have been gone. So the Yankees need somebody better. Like look what the Astros did with all the mess and everything they had going on. The Astros brought in who? Dusty Baker. Dusty Baker's not going to go with analytics all the time. He's an old school manager. He knows how to handle the media. He knows how to handle little disputes or whatever in the dugout, and he has respect. Now, Aaron Boone has respect of his team. You can tell he does. But that's the difference between real managers and guys that are managing great teams. And then when push comes to shove in the playoffs, you have a losing record, 14-17, with teams you should have at least made the World Series with. Mr. Marine, how come I don't see anyone else in the chat? They're in and out. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder that myself. Mr. Marine. King, Oilers are prone to collapse. Too much pressure on them. Panthers' pressure will crack them. You're probably right, man. Florida's the favorite for a reason. Yeah, listen, Florida got past an outstanding Boston team. Florida got past a great Rangers team. It's hard to say they can't. I'm sorry. I don't think the West Coast teams are stronger than Boston or the Rangers or Florida. I'd like to see the Oilers win just because. Flex, another cellar dweller in the basement monitor in the basement. What's going on, Flex? I'm lurking. Said good day earlier. Did you? Did I miss you earlier? Flex, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, there you are. Man, Flex, I'm sorry, brother. I didn't even see it. What else did I miss? Bruin, Pittsburgh Pirates. Oh, I didn't see that. Mr. Marine, the Marlins, when we were talking about Gary Sheffield. He was on the Marlins, but no, he won I think he won the World Series with them, right? But no, that wasn't it either. Yeah, we said it was the Brewers. Wow. I really did miss a few. Sorry about that, Flex. Texas, Marino is 2 behind Unitas. Yeah, it's hard not to count Dan Marino. Even Joe Montana was like, I didn't have an arm like Dan Marino and accuracy. Like, Dan Marino was ridiculous. He never had a running back. Mark Clayton and Mark Duper were his receivers. They were really good receivers. But had he landed on that New York Jets team, I always say this because Froge, a friend of mine, Froge is Fuzzy Bear. He was just in here. He's Miami everything. And he always says, oh, you guys should have had Dan Marino. It's like, well, you guys got Dan Marino and didn't win anything with him. The Jets would have won. We had a great defense. The Jets had Wesley Walker, Al Toon. He had a running back in Freeman McNeil. Dan Marino would have at least won one with the Jets. At least one. He would have at least won one with the Jets. At least. That Jets team, Wesley Walker, Al Toon were better than Mark Clayton and Mark Duper. They were better than them. And Freeman McNeil was better than Tony Nathan or Terry Kirby. Or Tony Nathan probably was his first running back. Then remember Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the running back? Yes, there was a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar running back who played for the Miami Dolphins. Terry Kirby. I'm trying to think of all their running backs. He didn't play with Ricky Williams. Did he play with Ricky Williams? No, he didn't play with Ricky Williams. They had quite a few running backs, but they never had great running backs. After Mercury Morris and Zonka and all that. Ricky Williams was a really good running back, but he didn't live up to the potential he could have done, right? Bottom of the 4th inning, DJ LeMahieu up. And I'll tell you, Oswaldo Cabrera had some, again, up to today, I've seen 5 Yankee games in full. 5 from when they start, the end of March to now. Thanks to the Knicks and Rangers, I hadn't watched much baseball at all. But I did follow in the stats. I did follow in articles and all that sort of thing. Oswaldo Cabrera was playing great this season. So he's probably, I mean, DJ coming back, you got to play him. DJ is batting champion a few times. The guy can hit. Great third baseman. And he just grounded out. But anyway, he's out now. We got 2 outs. 2-2 still bottom of the 4th. Flex, haha, all good, mate. Lots of comments to keep up with. Yeah, Flex, I'm just moving along, and I got on my Rangers and Knicks pedestal. I haven't been on since the Rangers been eliminated, so I still very disgruntled over that. Really disgruntled, man. Very angry at my team. Mr. Marine, hit the like button, everyone. How come Johnny Basement doesn't have more subs? What's going on here? Why it's the basement, man. I don't know. You know what, Mr. Marine? I appreciate everybody that drops in here and says hello and what's up and the whole thing, man. I got 3,300 subs. 3,300 subs I got in 2.5 years I've been on, maybe. 2.5. You know what's funny though, Mr. Marine? It's not like I'm not on social media. I have Instagram, but I haven't been on that in like, I don't know, a year and a half. Like, I don't even look at it. I'm not a big social media guy. I'm just not. So I probably would have more if I promoted the channel more, Mr. Marine. I'm not on Twitter. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on, like I said, I'm on Instagram, but I never look at it. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not on anything but on here. So I got 3,300 subs basically by just doing a few things on here. I come on live because I feel like I'm watching the game with you guys. Like when I used to drink and sit in bars and everybody was just around, just bullshitting and talking and doing a thing at the bar watching games. That's what this feels like to me. We're all just here talking about everything from Motley Crue and Mick Mars and John Five to football, baseball, basketball, everything. It's just the basement. So I enjoy everybody that comes here and signs up. Mr. Marine, I always appreciate the support from you and everybody else. And that includes OG Rick the Ninja, who is in the basement and accounted for. The originals, man. You guys have been here for maybe a long time, all you guys. Rick the Ninja, I always bring this up with him. Always bring this up with Rick the Ninja. When I decided to do Yankee games live, the Yankees were playing the Royals, who actually are doing pretty decent this year, but at the time they were the Royals. And Rick the Ninja was in here with me for those 4 brutal games. He was there for all 4. Brutal. That was what, 2 years ago, Rick? I think that was 2 years ago. Brutally boring games. And I mean, one was, Rick, I know you remember this one. It was 0-0, the Yankees and the Royals, bottom of the 9th inning. Aaron Judge hits a walk-off home run. Now, you would think, wow, that must have been an amazingly great pitching duel game. Nope. It was an amazingly boring game. And Rick the Ninja was in there with me with a couple of random people that aren't even around anymore, and I don't blame them. Just a couple of randoms. Remember that, Rick? Oh, Rick, that was hilarious, man. Like, we were so thankful when Aaron Judge hit that walk-off home. Those were 4 brutal games, and Rick was in there with me. He probably felt sorry for me. Nobody else was in there. So Rick, Mr. Marine is the original OG, then Truba. I think I gave you guys kind of the order. I think it was the OGs. It was like, I have it written down. It was like Mr. Marine, then Truba, then Gunner. Pretty sure it was Gunner after that. Then Pesso, Raleigh, Bruin. I got the list. I'll read it to you guys one day. I got the list. And Rick the Ninja is an OG. He was the original on my live streams. He was the first guy in on the live stream baseball, and they were 4 brutal games, Rick. Oh, they were brutal. I felt bad I couldn't leave because I was like, wow, I actually have somebody in here watching this with this tears of boredom games. King, hopefully you stream some of the NHL. I am going to do that, Rick. King, I'm going to do that. I was going to do it tonight, but the Yankees-Dodgers is a huge game. Had to break in the Yankees. Had to break in the Yankee. Put away the Ranger jerseys, the Knicks jerseys. Had to break out the Yankee jerseys and do a Yankee-Dodger game. Had the Yankees been playing anybody else, I would have been doing the Panthers game tonight. But since it's such a huge game and I won't be on tomorrow, we got our grandkids up here for the summer. I won't be on tomorrow. We got a lot of family stuff we're doing tomorrow. But when is the next Panther? When is the next game? Let me check that out. All right, Panther up 1-0. What's the next game? Looks like it's Monday. Monday, June 10th at 8 o'clock. Maybe I will do that one. Monday, June 10th at 8 o'clock. And I got an Oilers jersey too, King. So maybe I'll throw on the Oilers Gretzky jersey and do that game. Monday at 8 o'clock. That sounds like a good plan. It sounds like a good one. So yeah, King, don't worry. I am going to be doing some of those games. And I want to see those games, but Yankees Dodgers had to do it. Flex, I've been like that all year over the footy. So sick of it being soft, weak suspensions. Oh, a horrible umpire. Barely watch it at all. Haven't done tipping in nearly 2 months. Yeah, it does seem, you know what? This is my second season with footy. Now, again, as I told everybody, Rangers and Knicks ruled the day. They ruled the day. But the footy, some of the games I've been watching has seemed weaker than last year. And I'm just in my second season with it. It seemed a little weaker than last year. The games don't seem, the intensity doesn't seem to be there in some of these games, especially the Lions games. The Lions do not look like the Lions I watched last year, Flex. They don't look like the Lions last year. Look at Cortez. Did he just give up another home run? Yes, he did. I told you guys, Cortez does not look good this game. He's throwing meatballs out there, man. He's throwing meatballs over the plate. I told you he's giving up loud outs. Loud outs, man. Even the outs are being smacked hard, man. Kiki Hernandez, the former Red Sox, knocked it over the wall. Now look at that. Kiki Hernandez is a good player, man. And he's like an afterthought on the Dodgers. Like, that's a really good player to have on your team. And that he's like an afterthought on a lineup like that. Yeah. Cortez not looking good. I've been saying it since the third inning, probably. I tipped Cats for the end of the year and deleted the app. Did you really? You're not on the app anymore? I looked at it today, Flex. I haven't gotten one team right. Not one. I have 0 going on so far. Mr. Marine, you should have 33 million. Thank you, man. There are people on YouTube that have millions of subs who are horrible. And you, Johnny Basement, can get more subs. Something not right in America. Thank you, Mr. Marine. I really appreciate it. I just come on here and you know what, Mr. Marine? I come on here and I just bring it as this is, if you met me, this is how I am. This is how I am. How I talk on here is how I am. I grew up loving sports, as I've always told you guys. That's where I grew up, man. I just, for whatever reason, nothing else stayed with me. Trucking, I'm very good with trucking. But the sports is just there. And this is the way we talked at the bus stop. Like growing up, we talked and argued stats and went back and I would read the newspaper, like the stats. I couldn't go to the bus stop and not know the stats of the Yankee game or the Jet game. If I missed the game because my parents didn't let me stay up late then, I had to get up the next morning and know those stats. I had to walk to that bus stop knowing that. We would debate and we'd go back and forth on players. And like the Don Mattingly, Dave Winfield days when they were the two guys going for the batting title in 1984. Incredible times, man. You had to know what was going on. You couldn't go to that bus stop. You couldn't go to school and not know what was going on. And we always talked like this. We watch a game, we talk about 10 other games and come up with analogies from this game, that game, back to this game, and we just talk smack. I come on here talking real. I'm not trying out for ESPN. Oh, I hope somebody notices me, because some of these channels, some of them I have watched, you're right. Some of these guys have millions of subscribers and they are boring. They just sit there and they don't even acknowledge their chat. They don't even acknowledge the people in their chat. Most of them don't. They just talk, and they talk like they are trying out or auditioning for a media spot. I'm not. I come on here and do what I do. That's it. I don't have the flashy stuff. I don't have the scores running across here and things at the bottom. I'm just me. I don't even know how to do that. And I don't care. The people I have in here, I love them very much. I love all you guys. You guys support this channel. Sometimes I'm not on. Sometimes I'm not on for a couple of weeks or a month. And it's not that I don't want to be on, but family first. It's always family first with me. I do have health issues, which I've told you guys plenty of times. And some days I just can't come on. But when I do, I look forward to coming on. And I make sure that you guys, I know you guys are going to be, the fact that you guys are even here after not seeing me for a couple of weeks, and I've done that a few times. There might be times you're like, man, Johnny's on fire. He's on every day. The OGs, you guys know he's on every day until you don't see him for a week. But it's been a blast for me. I love it. Rocco loves it. Rocco's already, he loves it so much he's passed out. But that's what it's all about. You guys make this channel happen. I just show up. That's it. But I appreciate it, Mr. Marine. Thank you for the compliment. 33 million would be nice because I would have a lot of money. But, you know, I think other people come out and they really do. They have the mentality like this, and I'm going to give you stats all day. And I can always, and they edit out. A lot of them edit out their mistakes. What do we do here? We're in the basement. That's why we make a mistake. We're in the basement. Who cares? We're sports fans. I don't know everything. You guys don't know everything, but I'll tell you what, we got the smartest fans in here. You guys are the smartest fans. That's what I love about this. We challenge each other in here. I don't go back. You guys watch my stuff. I don't go back and edit anything. If I make a mistake on here, it stays on here. That's what being real is all about. I don't do phony and fake. Wow, this guy knows everything. I don't know everything. That's why you're in the basement. You don't get lowered in the basement. Come on. That's not being real. Guys that edit their stuff. I understand editing. I'm not talking about uploading videos. I'm talking about live, being live. Guys will make sure they edit their stuff. They'll edit it because they don't want, oh man, I didn't get that right. Or I looked stupid there. I look stupid in here a lot. Right down to saying, hey guys, 1 second, let me fix something here. Boom, the whole thing goes away. And you guys know it's coming. Remember last time I was on when the screen was blurry? Remember this? And Lou and maybe Bruin it was. You guys are saying, Johnny, don't touch anything. Don't. I'm like, no, I know what I'm doing. Bam, gone. Everything was gone. Remember that? That was the last Ranger game. Yeah, I think that was the last time I was on. It was hilarious. And Lou was begging me in the chat. You guys were like, no, don't. I'm like, no. I know I'm going to get it right this time. And I don't know what I hit, but the whole screen went down. But who cares? I don't edit this stuff. Got to be real on here. If you're not real, why bother showing up? I don't understand those channels either, Mr. Marine. I don't. But I really appreciate the compliments, man. It means a lot. Trent Grisham up right now, .85 average. He has 2 home runs on the season, and I am proud to say I saw one of them. I haven't seen, Stanton has like 15 home runs. I haven't seen any of them. Grisham plays like once or twice a month. He has 2 home runs, and I'm proud to say I've seen one of them. I don't know why it's such a big deal, but it is. Mr. Marine, I read that. Rick, oh man, Rick, I'm watching SCF at my local bar. Are you really? Good for you, man. Good for you. Like I said, Monday at 8, Panthers, Oilers. I'll do that game Monday at 8. I'll do it. Don't forget to like the stream. Yes, Flex. Everybody like the stream, please. Get my likes up to 5 or 6, please. Texas, don't feel bad. I still have 0 new view video. Thanks, Texas. Texas, when I first started, Mr. Marine can vouch, and a lot of these guys can vouch. I told the guys, just for fun, I will upload one of my original videos that I've taken a lot of them down. My son begged me not to put some of these on. Like, I was so excited to make a video. Oh, just put it on. He's like, Dad, you got to edit them. I just put it on. Just put it on. Just put it on. You literally can see me like looking, widening the screen. I'm literally doing stuff like this, widening the screen, looking back. I'm live. I like doing this. And like, it's like a minute worth of garbage. I don't even know what I'm doing until the screen pops up. I'm like, oh, here we go. And I start like talking, and eventually I just, you know what? Rock said to me, why don't you just talk like you're talking to one of your, like you're talking to Lou? Lou and I could be on the phone. I'm not kidding you, for 2, 3 hours talking about sports. 2, 3 hour phone calls, easy, easy. She'd be like, why don't you just go on there and just talk like you're talking to Lou? And that's what I did. Finally, just said, screw it. I got on here and just started talking the way I normally talk. And I mean, who cares? You get stuff wrong. I don't care. I get stuff wrong on here all the time. But that's funny, Texas. I've had a couple of videos that got 0 when I first started, like 0 or 10, and I'm thinking like I hit a home, like when I finally did start editing the uploaded videos. I never edit live. I'm talking about uploaded videos, like editing out oh my gosh, Verdugo. Oh, I thought that was gone, but it's a double. It's an easy double. Verdugo, 2-out double. That's what I'm talking about right there. 2-out double for Verdugo. Look at Mookie Betts and Verdugo lapping with each other. 2 Red Sox. Verdugo, actually, for you guys that want to know, he was the one the Dodgers traded along with Jeter Downs and somebody, catcher that's still on the Red Sox now, for Mookie Betts. Jeter Downs is gone and Verdugo's on the Yankees. I mean, that's what they gave. Can you imagine the Red Sox gave up Mookie Betts for nothing? Literally nothing. Verdugo's a decent player, but I'm just saying you don't trade players like that for Mookie Betts. Judge, 16 home runs in the last 31 games. Verdugo on second. Judge gets a key hit here, man. At least get the run in. What's up, Rick Flex? King, do you like current MLB schedule, meaning the balance schedule? Yes, I do. I think it makes it more for a more real champion. Like you actually played most of the league, right? You played most of the league. I like the balance schedule. I like the pitch clock also, King. I wasn't totally sure if I was going to like the pitch clock, but I like it. I like the pitch clock. I hate the ghost runner. Take that ghost runner out of here. You should earn your way on base. You should not be allowed to have a man on second base to start an inning, the extra innings. I hate that. That's for the casual fan right there. I know the pitch clock is to speed the game up. I'm a diehard old school baseball fan. The length of the game didn't bother me except during the 10-18. You guys know the 10-18, the brutal games with Rick the Ninja, those kind of games. Yeah, you're kind of like, oh my gosh, this game's never going to end. The Mariner game, remember that we always bring this up. It was like the Mariners and the Yankees. Nobody wanted to score in that game. Nobody. We were up to like 3 a.m, 2 or 3 a.m. Remember that? I'll never do that again. Anyway, take that ghost runner out of here. I hate it. It is the worst thing baseball could have done. The worst. Now they got the pitch clock that has kept the games moving. Now you can get rid of the ghost runner. The ghost runner was to keep the games moving, right? That was what we were sold on. Well, now you don't need it anymore. The pitch clock is taking care of that. Get rid of the ghost runner. That's where I'm at with that, King. Boy, that was a real sidebar right there for the original question, but that's where we are. I'm not calling for more Yankees and Red Sox games as a Jays fan. What is up with the Jays, King? What is up with them? I don't understand the Blue Jays. I've said this on here before, and they're a fascinating team to me. I always bring up the Primates, Jerry was a race car driver song, and I even have it in my bio for the basement. Like, you never did win no checkered flag, but you never came in last. Now, I know you guys won the World Series, but I'm talking about lately, like since the Dave Winfield. There's a guy right there that the Yankees wasted, Dave Winfield. We were just sidebar again, we were talking about Ewing and Lundqvist. Dave Winfield had to lead the Yankees and win its championship ring with the Blue Jays back in the early 90s when they won with back-to-backs, right? So Stanton, oh, he missed. Come on, we got first and second right now, 2-2 on Stanton, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th inning, Dodgers up 3-2. Now you're caught up. But the Blue Jays lately have teams, man, that really should be competing for the AL East and getting deep into playoffs, King. I would go for the Blue Jays in a minute if the Yankees were out of it. I feel like, oh, Stanton, did he do it? Did he do it? Oh, dead center warning track power. Oh, man, that would have been a much needed 3-run bomb. Uh, right. Yeah, I can understand that, King. I mean, think about it. Like right now, the Yankees and the Red Sox are meeting next weekend for the first time this season. Now, I don't remember any time them going this late in the season to play each other. But I'll never understand the Blue Jays, man. They're just a weird team to me because they're like, you look at their batting order over the recent years and you're like, how does this team not winning? I don't get it. They're always like right middle of the pack of the AL East. They're always like right in the middle. I know they're last now, but you know what I mean. Bruin's so true though, Mr. Marine. Well, Rick, we don't care either, Johnny. You're just your authentic self. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I don't kiss anybody's ass in here, and you guys don't kiss mine. That's just the way it is. Come on. Rick the Ninja, we're Jet fans. We're brothers in misery in that department. You know, I hate your Islanders with a passion. I hate them. I will never go for them. I did say if Lundqvist had gone to the Islanders, I would have gone for him. I would have never gotten a Lundqvist Islander jersey, but I would have hoped he would have won. That's the only way I would have gone for them. But that's the way we are in here, man. We're supposed to be like that. Mr. Marine, that's why the basement is real as can be. Spoke truth from the heart. Right. Amen. Amen, Mr. Marine. That's it. We don't want phonies. And I have watched other channels, and I don't shout out other channel names. I watch some people that really like, you know who I like? You know who's a great channel? He doesn't do live as far as I know, not live games. You know who's really outstanding? If you haven't subscribed to this guy, take a look at the Hockey Guy. Bruin knows the Hockey Guy. The Hockey Guy is an amazing channel to watch. The guy is low key. He just does his thing. He has his whiteboard, and he has all the things written out about the teams. He has every jersey under the sun. I thought I had a lot of jerseys. This guy makes me look like I have none. That guy has correct me if I'm wrong, Bruno, but I'm pretty sure the Hockey Guy has every hockey jersey, home, away, alternate, classic, winter classics, old school of every single team. Am I right, Bruin? I'm pretty sure he has every variation of jerseys of every single team. If you guys haven't seen the Hockey Guy, check out his channel. I love watching his channel. I know a lot about hockey. That guy knows everything about hockey. It's incredible, incredible channel. That's somebody I would watch. If he did go live and do games, I would watch him. I think he has a great channel. Bruin knows him well. And I think I learned about the Hockey Guy actually through Bruin. Pretty sure it was through Bruin. Flex just hid that because he doesn't like swearing in the chat. I didn't even see it, but thank you. Yeah, we don't do the that's one thing in here I don't do. I'm not big on the cursing. I see other chats and these guys, it starts arguments and hatred amongst people. And we just don't do it in here. That's one thing I just don't do. I try not to curse a lot but I'm a Jet fan. Cursing is part of being a Jet fan is drinking to the point you can't drink anymore and cursing. So that's hard when I'm doing Jet games. Yeah, Bruin, I probably will start reacting to my old videos. I should. Oh, come on, Verdugo. Come on. He misplayed that ball. Come on. He was standing there, went right over his head. Come on, dude. That was bad. Freddie Freeman just got an easy double because Verdugo misplayed the ball. He didn't even move. I mean, he stood there like it was coming right to him. Like, let me see it again. Yeah, he took a couple steps forward, but it went way over his head. How did you misplay that? Anyway, yeah, Bruin, I probably will react to my old videos. They are so bad. They're so bad. I should have been banned. Flex, my first 20-minute video still only has 36 views. Isn't that funny? They probably got more than my very first video. My very first video, I was happy someone responded or had a comment on there. Someone actually responded. I couldn't believe it. It's just a random. It's not anybody that's around anymore. Post the link, Flex. Yeah, post it. We'll get that 36 views up. Flex, it's video game related from when I used to stream. Okay. Flex, that's how many kills I had in 2004 in Iraq. Wow. Wow. Mr. Marine throwing some reality deep stuff in. Wow. Wow, man. I just got completely paused on that one. I always say, man, what you've been through is just like, I have no complaints in my life. None. Compared to what you've been through, my goodness, man. My only complaint is the New York Jets, and that's nothing in comparison. I should sue them. You can sue for everything nowadays. I should sue them for my bad liver. All right, so we got another hit. Why is Cortez still in this game? Why is he still in this game? Every inning except for the fourth, he has given up hit after hit, home run, another hit, first and third. Now, granted, Verdugo misplayed that last ball, so that's really more on him than Cortez, but it's just a point. It's just a point. Bruin, the Mariners game was like 5 hours. Oh, dude, that game was. Now, listen, the 10-18 month was the most brutal month. The 4 games in a row with Rick was really bad. But that Mariner game, that individual game, was the most brutal game I have been on here for. And you guys that were here on here with me, I was almost begging you guys to all leave the chat so I wouldn't feel bad shutting down the channel. That game, right, it was a 10 o'clock or 10:30 start, whatever it was, right? It was West Coast. That game went 13 or 14 innings of brutal. Like, I didn't want the Yankees to tie it up. I didn't even care at that point if they lost. I just wanted the game to end. And I will never shut the thing down on you guys. So I was like hoping that everybody would leave. I remember I was saying it too, bro. Like, why are you guys still here? Why are we still here? That was funny. That was the most brutal game of the basement of any sport. Well, the other sports at least have clocks counting down. Baseball doesn't. That was the most brutal game in the history of the basement. I hope nothing ever tops that. I hope we don't have a baseball game that tops that. That was the most brutal game, Bruin. Damn, yeah, Mr. Marine, that was, yep. Rick, I think I said it before initially that Ghost Runner shouldn't exist, but maybe they can have it in the 11th or 12th inning. They brought it in for the time, right? Got to move the game along, Well, okay, the pitch clock now has handled that. There's no reason for the Ghost Runner. None. Get him out. No reason for it anymore. Mr. Marine, Bruin had 106 kills in 2004, effed up war, but when ordered to go, had to go. I always pause on this stuff, Mr. Marine, because that's just real life stuff right there. That's real life stuff. Real life stuff. I always pause on that, man, because it just takes me to really that's real life stuff, man. We said all the respect in the world goes out to you and all the people you lost and everything that you've been through, man. It's just, I have nothing to compare to that. Nothing. Nothing. So again, we always saying thank you for your service sounds so cliche, man. If it just everything you've been through and even through your health issues, man. That's why we were so happy. That's why Mr. Marine, to flip a compliment around. Everybody was asking about you when I hadn't seen you in so long. Everybody was asking about you. Now I had it on myself in like over a month at that point. So everybody was asking where you were. Everybody, man. So you get the same amount of love back, man, from everybody in this chat. To the OGs, to the dwellers, to everybody was asking where's Mr. Marine. And we were so, when you commented on one of my videos, one of the NASCAR, whatever it was, that was so awesome to see you, man. So everybody was thrilled that you were back. King, remember when the Jays won in 92, 93? They had the highest payroll in baseball in a new stadium that attract free agents. And Joe Carter with the most amazing walk-off in, you got to say it's the most amazing walk-off in World Series history, right? Joe Carter? Come on, what tops that? What tops that? You know what's funny about that era? I am way behind on the comments, am I not? Oh my gosh, guys, I'm way behind. Anyway, I'll catch up. Notice the basement. So yeah, King. You know what's funny to me is for a while, and I think let me know if the narrative's not still there, but for a while it was the Braves were the team of the 90s. The Braves were the team of the 90s. When I think about that, the Braves were the team of the 90s, but yet the Blue Jays won 2 World Series. The Braves only won 1. The Yankees beat the Braves twice in the World Series and won in 96, 98, and 99. So they won 3 in the 90s. The Blue Jays won 2, but the Braves are the team of the 90s. How is that possible? Is that still a thing? Because it was for a long time. The Braves were the team of the 90s. The Yankees in 2 World Series combined beat them 8-2. 8-2. You have Smoltz, Glavine, and Maddox. And if you remember, a pretty decent fourth pitcher in Sean Avery. Was it Sean Avery? The guy's last name was Avery. I remember that. Sean Avery. I hate that name. I hate that name. I don't know if it was Sean Avery. I have to look that up, but he was a pretty good pitcher. He had Mark Wohlers, who at the time might have been, what a play by DJ. Wow. Did he get him? Yes, he did. What a play by DJ. But a run came in, 4-2. Nestor Cortez is out of the game, top of the 6th inning. It is 4-2 Dodgers. What is that guy's name? I don't know. I can't think of it, man, but absolutely incredible. Anyway, it was Avery. Sean Avery, I think of that guy couldn't stand on the Rangers. Probably the most hated player in hockey history. So yeah, 92, 93 was an amazing time. So I don't understand why the Braves were the team of the 90s, because they had great pitching and never won. Who would they beat? The Indians? Would they beat the Indians in the World Series? Wasn't that the team? I think they beat the Indians. Yeah, because the Indians had beaten the Yankees in the ALCS. Mariano Rivera was the one that blew that series as a setup guy. He was a setup for John Wetland. Oh, Mark Wohlers. That's what I was talking about. Mark Wohlers at that time was one of the rare relievers that could throw 100 miles an hour. Can you imagine that? One of the rare relievers that could hit 100. Mark Wohlers. And what did he throw to Jim Leyritz? I believe it was a slider that Leyritz hit that home run. The Yankees were down 6-0 in that game. Then he got to like 6-3, and then Leyritz hit a 3-run homer to tie that game. That game there would have put the Braves up 3-0 on the Yankees. Mark Wohlers blew that, and his best pitch was like that fastball. Was like, oh, guys back then, you didn't see that. Everybody's bullpen has guys that can throw 100 now. Think about it. The Rocket, Roger Clemens, the Rocket. I think he was throwing like 96 was as high as he could throw back then on a regular. I think it was 96. Think about how weak that would be now. Not that 96 is weak, but it doesn't sound like a lot compared to what today's pitching does, right? But it's a matter of placement. It doesn't matter you can throw 100. It's a matter of placement. Anyway, Mr. Marine, 313 hockey guy as good as can be. He has only 313,000 subs. He should have millions by now. So you, Mr. Marine, you know about the hockey guy. Yeah, he should have millions. I don't understand. I don't understand it either. I don't understand it. People of the hockey guy should have way more than that. And you're right, Mr. Marine. There are some channels out there when you watch them. Some of these guys really do know their stuff too, by the way. Some of these guys really know their stuff. But you're right. They are boring. Boring. Like the sports media, I like watching the regular media at times in sports. But I think a lot of them have narratives. A lot of them have agendas. Like, should we like LeBron today or hate LeBron today? The Jets are going to be bad no matter what. The Josh Allen now is becoming Igor Shesterkin's overrated. I mean, it's kind of silly at times. Aaron Rodgers won't be good. I mean, who knows? But, you know, a lot of the play, a lot of people want to see fan talk. And just come on, that's what this is. Fans talking to fans. So we try not to look for that. And I've looked at some channels, and some of these guys, even if they're just strictly one team, they might do the Giants, the Jets, or the Lakers, or whatever they might do. And some of them are very boring. The hockey guy is great. He knows his stuff. I am very interested in what he says. I'm very interested in his opinion over actually some professionals. He gives an honest opinion right down to fake jerseys, how not to buy fake jerseys. He has a great channel, a great video on that, how not to buy fake jerseys. And I think he has a Pittsburgh Penguin one that was a knockoff. And he showed the real one compared to the knockoff that he didn't know he was buying at the time. So he warns other people about stuff too. I love the hockey guy. So I agree with you, Mr. Marine. Rick, nice, Johnny. The hockey guy is great. Amen. I'll always promote him. And Bruin was the one that mentioned him to me. I give OG Bruin get the credit for that. He mentioned the hockey guy to me, and I started watching him. The hockey guy Bruin definitely hit on that because that's a great one. All right, Anthony Rizzo up right now, 2-0 on him. Nobody out, bottom of the 6th inning. Yeah, Bruin, I have him on the Bell Notice that I always talk about. I have him on the Bell Notice. I like listening to him. King, now they're in the middle of the pack at best with an ownership that is focused on selling 1,000 tickets. That's the other problem, King. You know what's funny, King? I'm a huge Rush fan, and Geddy Lee. You're a Blue Jay fan. You have to know about Geddy Lee, man. Geddy Lee loves the Blue Jays, loves baseball. The guy I just read his book. Amazing, amazing book, but I'm a huge Rush fan to begin with. But Geddy Lee is a monster Toronto Blue Jay fan. Monster Toronto Blue Jay fan. I think he sits behind the home plate every now and then. And he talks about the disappointment. It's just what happens with this team. Just don't get it. And King, I promise you, if the Blue Jays, outside of my Yankees, if they ever made the playoffs, I just go for them unless they play my team. I'll always go for them. All right, Flex has dropped his original YouTube video in here for his gaming. Guys, click on that, including myself. We'll click on it and we will subscribe and the whole thing. Just check it out. Give it more views. Sand Dollar Trucker, Dodgers, Doug, my trucking tanker brother. Sand Dollar Trucker. Doug, I called you. I called you a couple weeks ago, Doug. I called you a couple weeks ago, man. I'll try you again. But I did. I told you I'd call, and I did. I called you a couple weeks ago. What's going on, Doug, man? Your Dodgers are winning right now, 4-2. But it's bottom of the 6th inning. Let's see what happens, man. This is a great series, great matchup. The Yankees better not get swept at home. The Yankees came into this game on an 8-game winning streak, but as expected, because the Minnesota Twins are the Yankees punching bag. They are the Yankees punching bag. One second, guys. Be right back. Got to charge my headphones. All right, dude. Doug, what's going on, man? Good to see you out here. Like I told you guys, Doug is my tanker driving buddy, man. We both drove tankers in Texas before I went back over the road cross country. Great guy, great trucker. Rick, LOL, suing beer liquor companies for bad livers. I love it. Suing the New York Jets. How about suing the New York Jets? That's what I meant. The New York Jets are the reason I drank so much Jack Daniels. They're the reason. 44 years, give or take, I've been a fan. I've seen 4 AFC championship games, all losses. It doesn't add up. DJ drops a single. The Yankees seem to be getting hits after the first 2 batters get out. There's 2 outs, and then the Yankees get a hit. Like, let's get somebody in. Let's get some runs in here. Bruin, I heard you don't really make much on YouTube unless you're super massive, Mr. Marine. Yeah, I did. Listen, the money I make on here would seem like a lot if I was like 10 years old. Flex, it's a horrible video with horrible audio and music levels and PC issues, so I stopped making videos. When you see the first couple of mine, Flex, you're probably going to feel really good about. I haven't looked at yours yet. I got it up though. I clicked on it, man. I got it up. I'll look at it. I'll look at it. I guarantee you my beginning ones are probably worse. Mine were really. I have ones in my beginning ones that have echoes. Wells would have hit up the middle, first and second. I told you guys, Austin Wells is starting to hit. Just why are we getting hits after 2 outs? All right, Dodgers are changing pitchers. Grady, another Aussie accounted for. Grady is in the basement. What's going on, Grady? Hi, Johnny. My Detroit Tigers keep on losing, but our Brisbane Lions are back. The Lions. Do you want to know something, Grady? The 1 week that in the tipping, that at the last second, I switched over to the Bulldogs, and I paid for that. I paid for that. I paid for that. I should have left it on the Lions. But yes, the Lions need to be coming back. They have the team, and they should be freaking winning, Grady. Mr. Marine Bruin is circle of life at 56 years old, just trying to make it to my birthday in December. And you will. Mr. Marine, you will. You beat me by about 4 years. You're 4 years older than me, man. 4 years older than me. And done way more in your life than I have. I was a big-time trucker. And before I became a cross-country trucker, I moved. Mr. Marine, you're from New York. You know. I moved refrigerators for PC Richards up and down flights of stairs in the Bronx, Brooklyn, mainly the Bronx and Brooklyn, up and down flights of stairs, occasionally Manhattan, once in a while in Astoria, Queens. We called it upsteria because everything, if it was heavy piece, it was going upstairs. We called it upsteria. But yeah, Bronx and Brooklyn, I did a lot of that with PC Richards, man. A lot of home deliveries, appliances. That job, you don't need to work out after that job. Did 25 to 30 stops a day. That was in the 90s. I mean, my daughter was just born then. So, I mean, that was backbreaking work, but I was in my 20s. Now, I was in my 20s hanging out all night. I was hanging out all night. And then me and my partner would go in. I wasn't even a driver then. I was a helper. I didn't even have to worry about driving. I was just a helper. And gosh, I was probably like 24, 25. That job was like backbreaking work. You'd sweat out whatever you drank the night before. You'd sweat it out on the first stop, and then you were good the rest of the day. But man, stripping those doors off the refrigerator, stripping doors off in people's homes, and then the old ones coming out, and the older guys in this chat will remember. You remember those big one-handed refrigerators? They had one door handle, Frigidaires, and they weighed 5 million pounds. And they didn't have, most of these places we went to in Brooklyn and front didn't have elevators. They were on the 5th floor. They were coming down and down the stairwells that came, down, turn, down, turn. So you had to lift these things like over the railing because it wouldn't make the turn otherwise. I did a lot of that, man. Bruin, shout out to Grady for being a Tigers fan and admitting that openly, admitting that online. Hey, but Grady's also a Detroit Lions fan, so finally has something to cheer about there. So yeah, Bruin, shout out. Young guy, Marine, yeah, very young. Yankees, bases loaded. Bases loaded. 2 outs. I think they're changing pitchers now. They have to be. It's a second mound visit, and Dave Roberts, the manager of the Dodgers, is coming out. Has to be. Bond, another Aussie accounted for, another cellar dweller in the basement. Hopefully you all are having a rocking great day. Outside of the tipping, Bond, outside of the tipping, I'm having a great day. Thought Yanks were the team of the 90s. They are the team of the 90s, but the Braves have gotten that title for a long time. Hopefully that's changed over the course of time. But they were known as the team of the 90s then. It's weird to me. Like I said, even the Blue Jays had 2 championships in the 90s. The Braves didn't. The Braves were a part of, I should have thrown this as a trivia question, but I just kind of blew that. The Braves and the Twins played in the World Series in 1991. Yes, 1991. They were the first 2 teams to face each other in the World Series, where the previous season, they both were in last place. The Twins and Braves were in last place in 1990 and went and played in the World Series the next year. Nobody's ever done that. Bruins up Bond. Yes, Bond is in the basement. Mr. Marino's Sean Avery, left hand. It was Sean Avery. We all, as Ranger fans, hate the name Sean Avery. We hate that name. So it was Sean Avery, and he was a very good pitcher for the Braves. He was like the forgotten guy who was a solid pitcher after Smoltz, Glavine, Maddox, or whatever order they went in. And then you got to Sean Avery, who was a very good starter. It's amazing Greg Maddox was the pitcher of that whole staff. Smoltz and Glavine were awesome, but Greg Maddux was like, how do you lose with that guy on the mound? How do you lose with that guy on the mound? Greg Maddux is like, talk about a generational pitcher. He didn't have overpowering stuff. He just had stuff you just couldn't hit. Amazing that guy didn't win more. Yes, Bond, Mr. Marine is back. Yes. We love it. Panthers 2-0. Nice, Texas. All right. Like I said, I'm going for the Oilers, but I mean, like, I'm not that invested in it. Right, Aaron, is Aaron Judge up right now? The base is loaded. Oh man, if you could hit a grand slam, nope, it's Anthony Volpe, who actually has been hitting a lot lately. Let me not jinx it. Oh, the relief pitcher came in and almost threw a wild pitch. 2-0 Panthers, 2-0 Panthers. Yeah, guys, I'm going to do the Panther Oiler game Monday night at 8. As far as I know, I can do it. Strike one, 1-1 on Volpe, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th, 4-2 Dodgers, bases loaded. Bruin, JB, I was listening to Rush 2112, full album at the bar the other night. I was giving the air drums a bashing. You should, man. What a phenomenal album. 2112, the follow-up to Caris of Steel, which wasn't probably Rush's first real prog. Probably their first real prog album because they had Rush, the first album, right, with John Rutsey, the original drummer. Then you had Fly By Night, which to me, Fly By Night is still top 5 Rush album, man. I love Fly By Night. Top 5. The only thing that makes Fly By Night album bad is Rivendell. That song is horrid. I hate that song. That is the last song on the B-side of Fly By Night album. The last song on the B-side, Rivendell. That should be off that album. That's the only thing that brings that down. Bytor and the Snow Dog. First great, long, amazing song by Rush. Caris of Steel, first prog album, 2112. They made up for that. Anthony Volpe flew out. We got nothing out of that. Bases look. We're leaving a lot of runners on base in this game, guys. A lot of runners on base. Yeah, how do you not air drum to Neil Peart, man? Neil Peart. How do you not air drum to him? And B-side of 2112, Bond. We're at commercial break now, going to the 7th inning. B-side of 2112, Something for Nothing. The last song on 2112. Amazing, underrated song. Amazing, underrated song on that album. Bond. Something for Nothing. Great, great, great song. Alex Lifeson has a great solo in the middle of that song. Something for Nothing is one of my favorite Rush songs from the early days. That is a great album, Bond. That was a great comeback album from Caris of Steel, which I didn't think was that bad. But after Fly By Night, that being their first real prog album was probably a letdown. There's a few good songs on there, though. Bastille Day, Lakeside. I think they had like 5 songs on that album. Lakeside Park, right? Necromancer. Lament. Oh, you guys got me talking Rush, man. I could steer off from everything. You guys got me talking Rush. I could steer off. I could talk Rush all day. So that's awesome, Bond. Look at the sidebar I just gave you on that one. Bruin, now that I think I found the hockey guy during the 2018 playoffs. Well, you had me discover him just about 2 years ago, probably during a Yankee game. And it took me a minute, but he really started to grow on me, man. I was like, this guy really knows his stuff. I love the whiteboard. I think it's awesome that he writes on that whiteboard all the time. And like he squeezes everything in on it too. It's cool. Say, Doug, still on vacation, loving life, my friend. Say hi to the fam. I will do, man. Will do, Doug. I will call you. You called me right back. I'm terrible. When I call people, Doug, I put my phone down and like walk away from it. Like my phone at home was like a home phone. Like I didn't even see that you called me back. I don't have it's not like when we were driving the truck. I had to explain this to like some family members, like not my own family, like family members outside of the house, cousins, relatives. They're like, man, John, we used to talk to you all the time. Now it's hard to get a hold of you. I don't drive the truck anymore. When you're driving 500-600 miles a day, the people on the other end of the phone have to kick you off unless they're a trucker because you're looking to talk. You can listen to music, 10-hour drives for the most part. Yes, you're allowed to drive for 11 hours, but you got to be parked by that 11th hour. So anyway, just say on average, it's like 10 hours, 9 to 10 hours a day. You can listen to only so much music, so much talk radio. Eventually, you're going to get on that phone, and you're usually talking to other drivers. Usually just talking to other truckers because they're the only guys you can call every day, 3 times a day, and talk about the same. We always said, all right, man, we'll talk to you later on. We'll talk about the same stuff we just talked about. Because that's what life on the road is like. You can only call your friends at home that so much, man. You can only call them so much. Life at You're like, man, you calling me back? But a driver, yo, man, I'm making a stop. I'll call you when I'm done at the receiver. And they're like, yeah, okay. And you call them back because, like I said, you can only listen to so much music. Flex, Cat's going to get smashed by the Swans. I did tip the Swans at their home ground today. We'll watch it anyway. We went to Geelong last week, watch Cats versus Tigers. I tipped the Swans in that one, Flex. Though Geelong's won a couple for me in the tipping this year. Bon, I have one in the tipping so far this week. LOL, I tipped North. You tipped North Melbourne. I think Wayback told me. Wayback was in here earlier. I never tipped the Roos. I wasn't even tempted to tip them. As of right now, I have 0. Flip was in here before. He has 0 also. I took Adelaide. They lost to Richmond. But I will admit to you, Bon, I should have 3. At the last second, you should never do this. And I know it over here. I don't do betting over here, but I know once you pick a team, you stay with them. Well, right before the game started, I took my pick of the Lions off and went with the Bulldogs. I paid for it. I went with the Suns after I already had St. Kilda, paid for that. And who was the other team I flipped? And I had already picked these teams. Who the hell was the other one? Oh, I don't know. Somebody else, I blew it also. I forget who it was now. I picked the Eagle. I'll never pick the Roos. Like never. Trucker is Marine, tough as nails can be, strong as an ox. Yeah. Well, thank you, Mr. Marine. Being a trucker is not easy, man. I would never compare it to what you've done. Not even close. But a lot of people think, oh, you guys just pick stuff up and drop it off. Oh, yeah, that's what we do. Right, sure. Yeah, we just pick it up and drop it off and take tours of the Grand Canyon, and I don't have time for that. My run was Dodge City, Kansas to Wilmington, Los Angeles, with southern LA, basically, the very south, Wilmington, California. Go to a port there, it's like near a lot of small towns there. There's Wilmington, Signal Hill, some other stuff. Whatever the case is, Southern California, drop it at the port there, get unloaded, run up to Oakland to the other port in Oakland, over the Sierra Nevada mountains, into Nevada, through Wyoming, into North Platte, Nebraska, make another pickup out there. There's a Tyson chicken plant out there. Or I'd have to drop back down to Dodge City, Kansas, and repeat the whole thing. 1,500 something miles. You had to be done from Dodge City, Kansas to LA. So today, Saturday, was day 1. You had to be there. Day 3 would be Monday. So it's not like, hey, you pick up today and I have 3 additional days. No, I have today, tomorrow, and I have to be there on that 3rd day. So you need to push 600 miles on that first day. Like you have to. And my truck was governed at like 67 miles an hour. So let me tell you, not easy. Bruin, I love the whiteboard with the hockey guy. The whiteboard is incredible. And he crushes so much in there. It's amazing how he does. When I first watched him, I was like, how does he do that? Like, can he read that? And he's broken down perfectly, man. I don't know if I'd have the patience to write on a whiteboard in here. I don't know if I had the patience to do that, man. He writes, my handwriting sucks. I don't think I could actually sit here, Johnny Basement, and have a whiteboard, like right here. I don't copy other people, but I think it would be funny to try that once. I would never pull off what he does. He does it great. He has such a calm demeanor. I saw him once talk about people that were like, hey, why do I comment? It's like, if you want to come, one thing that I do find funny is on some uploaded videos, people are like, hey, man, you pause the video too much or you talk too much. Well, it's called a reaction video. Like, reaction to what I'm watching. And what do I say at the start of these videos? The link is in the comment down below. If you want to watch the video itself, click the link and you won't hear me talking. Be like, hey, man, you talk too much. You run your mouth. Damn right I run my mouth. I'm reacting to something. You are in the basement. It's as low as you can go. So you react. I'm going to stop and talk 100 times on a video. I might not. Depends on what it is. Depends on what I feel like commenting on. But I always find that funny when people say that. Oh, typical New Yorker, you guys just run your mouths. You're damn right. That's what we do. We run our mouths. That's what we do. We were born and raised to do that. We run our mouths. But you know what? We never respect in the basement the casual fan that jumps in here when their team is absolutely certain that their team's going to win. Then they jump in here. We love those guys in here. Those are whack ass fans. Those guys are casual bums. They don't even know their own team. So we always trash them. I don't respect that. I respect guys like the Carolina Hurricane fan, Josh. Remember him? Josh drops in here. He's a nice guy. Didn't even think his Canes would beat the Rangers, was respectful, was here from game one right to where the Canes lost. That kind of fan can come in here anytime. Josh is fine. He can pop in here whenever he wants. But the other guys, come on. Once in a while, we need guys like that to bring some entertainment level up. Mr. Marine, read that. Am I all caught up? Bon, I love the whole album. Definitely the best concept album of all time. No doubt. Temples of Syrinx, great song on there. I mean, just everything on that Passage to Bangkok. Lessons. Lessons is a decent song on there too, Bon. Tears is a sad song, man. Tears is a sad song. And then it just finishes off with Something for Nothing. I could play B-side Rush. That shows our age, right? I could do B-side Rush and they would be so successful off their B-sides. Think of Moving Pictures is famous for what? Limelight, Tom Sawyer, YYZ, Red Barchetta. Those are your four songs out of order. I named them out of order, but those are your first four songs on side A. It's like, hey, side B, Camera Eye. What an amazing song. That's B-side Rush. Camera Eye. Twilight Zone. Incredible song. Twilight Zone is not Twilight Zone. Witch Hunt. Crazy good song. Vital Signs. The album finishes up with Vital Signs. Vital Signs, a great song. Vital Sign, Twilight Zone is a great song by Rush, by the way. Twilight Zone is another one. Great. I could name a ton of B-side Rush that I love. Between the Wheels, Grace Under Pressure, Between the Wheels, last song, B-side. Great song. Kid Gloves, great song. I mean, Red Sector A. Gosh, man, you guys got me started, man. I can go on and on. Rush had some albums that were okay. I can't name a bad album by them. Wasn't a big Roll the Bones fan. I wasn't a big fan of that album. But they have some great songs on there. But yeah, B-side Rush, they could be a tremendous band just off their B-sides. Xanadu. How about Xanadu, man? Now we're getting into Farewell to Kings. I mean, Sing This X1, man. What a song. Farewell to Kings itself is a great song, man. What a great band. Boy, Bon, you got me started. Mr. Marine, you guys got me started, man. Bon, I took the ruse because West Coast best player is on suspension. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Bottom of the seventh inning, Yankees down 4-2. Verdugo up. See, the Bombers are still sitting second on the ladder. I took the Bombers, by the way. I think I took the Bombers today. I think I did. Wait, did I take the Blues? Shoot, Bon, I don't even remember. It's a sellout crowd. MSG, I almost said Madison Square Garden. MCG. Bon, you got me thinking now. Who did I take in that? I took the Blues, Bon. I took the Blues. Don't make me change that. No, I'm sticking with it. I got the Swans, the Blues, and Collingwood. Those are my last three picks Those are my last three hopefuls to give me something because I've lost every other game. Every other one. Flex, I've been listening to old Eminem after he dropped his new song. Oh, man. Now you're talking like amazing rapper, legendary, man. Was listening to what? Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, Flex. Why were you listening to Warrant? You weren't listening to Warrant. Come on, Flex. I love you, brother. You know that, man. But come on, Warrant? Not that one. Not that. She's my cherry pie. Not that. Come on. Come on. Not that band. Right? You weren't listening. You were listening to that for entertainment, like laughing at it. Warrant, Slaughter. I'm trying to think of all the bands I could. Flex, come on, man. Extreme was good. Boom Crash Opera good. Warrant, I can't sign on with you there, buddy. Warrant was like, I think bands like that was the reason grunge came out. It was kind of like the end of the metal era, save for like Motley Crue and which I have a hard time calling Motley Crue a hair band or glam metal. When I think of glam metal leaves when I think of glam metal, I don't have good memories of glam. I think of like bands like Poison. I'm not a Poison fan, even though CC DeVille, great guitarist, man, really great guitarist out of that band. I'm not a Poison fan, not even close, not even close. When I think of glam metal, I think of like some people told me Poison's better than Motley Crue. I'm like, what are you smoking? It's like it's not even in the same category. Verdugo's still up. That looks like a fly out the left, and it is. All right, one down, bottom of the seventh, 4-2 Dodgers. James Johnson, hello there. How you doing today? I'd be doing better if the Yankees were winning. Subscribe, bell knows like button. James, welcome into the basement. My dad was a drummer when I was a kid growing up, and one of the songs I remember him playing live at pubs was Cherry Pie. Really? Well, that's awesome, Flex. I won't badmouth Warren anymore then to you. Your dad was playing to it and stuff like that. That's awesome that you got to grow up and watch your father. That must be cool having your father as a drummer. I have a couple of friends of mine that were drummers. It's one thing I did. I love music. I'm very into music, man, but I never played anything. Aaron Judge up, one out, nobody on. 1-1 on him right now. 1-1 on him right now. Let me check the 1 second here. I want to check the Panthers score. Panthers still 2-0. It looks like. Is that right? Is that updated? Yeah, they're up 2-0 second period. It's only the second period, really? 5:15 left in the second. Is that right? Is that updated? Yeah, 5:55 left in the second period. 2-0 Panthers. Why does that game seem like it's dragging on? It's still a game though, so the Oilers are still hanging around. But I haven't watched 1 second of it, so Aaron Judge still up 2-2 on him, and he just fouled. Did he catch that? Freddie Freeman caught it. Oh no! Went off the fence. I mean, off the netting. The netting they have along the line and went off the netting. Still amazing he even caught that, but it hit the netting first and then he caught it, so that doesn't count as a catch. Wait a minute. No, it didn't. Oh, if they challenge that, that's an out. That went right in Freeman's glove. That's an out. Let's see. Bond, Discovery is my fave. Discovery. Oh, 21-12. Sure. Dude. That is Rush's. It is their greatest album. And they have so many. I hate naming great. Aaron Judge just struck out. It is their greatest album. Now I gotta tell you, their last album, Clockwork Angels, that's a great album. That's a hard hitting album. There was some Rush albums I wasn't big on, like Presto. Uh, I'm not a Roll the Bones fan. Where's My Thing is a great instrumental though. And if you want to see Bond, you want to see a great live, YouTube Where's My Thing live by Rush. Geddy Lee has an opening that's not in the song on the album, has an opening bass solo that is out of this world, man. Out of this world. Giancarlo Stanton up, 2 outs. 1-1 on him so far. 1-1. Bottom of the 7th, 4-2 Dodgers. Flex, there isn't many bands I don't like, to be honest. I think my most hated song ever is Coldplay. Not a Coldplay fan. And that Yellow, I'll agree. You or I are 100% agreement on that one. I don't. Oh. Oh, Flex. Oh, no. Flex, come on. Flex. Flex, you're bringing it down, brother. You're bringing it down. Stan just flew out, so we had nothing here. We had Verdugo, Judge, Stanton. Out, out, out. Flex, we're talking about Rush, the holy trinity of musicians, man. Here, Geddy Lee, Alex Lifeson, and you're bringing Nickelback into the conversation. Flex. Flex. What are you doing? Flex. Flex, what are you doing in this conversation? Oh my gosh, Flex. Oh, and you did it. Respectfully, you put LOL after that, Flex, because you know that's bad. You know that's bad, Flex. You know that's bad. Oh, man. My dad is trash and have cut him out. Oh, cut him out of my life. But the live music and love for music I got from him, I guess the reason I played guitar for so long. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that you didn't have a good experience with your father growing up, man. Whew. Flex, man. I'm just happy that you put LOL after Nickelback because you know that's bad. You know you brought it bad with that. I love you, Flex. You've helped me out tremendously on this channel. That's why you're the moderator on here. Whew, Flex, man. Whew, man. Wow. Paul, welcome into the basement. Paul, thank you so much. Appreciate the support that you give the channel as well. Nothing wrong with talking. That's why I started watching you. Keep up, Magpie supporter here. Yeah, man, Colin. Well, I tipped him this week, Paul. I do have a Mason Cox Guernsey, man. Got to support the American, man. Welcome in, Paul. Thank you so much. You can drop in on any chat that you like. Appreciate the support. Lockport, Panthers taking it to the Oilers, 2-0 in the second period. Oilers 25-10 in shots. Wow. As I said, unless something else is going on that I don't know about, Monday night at 8 o'clock, Panthers, Oilers. I will be doing that game. I will be sporting an Oiler jersey. The only Oiler, boy, I really twisted my words. Only Oiler jersey that I have is the Wayne Gretzky one, so I'll wear that. It's hard for me to go for the Panthers because they beat my Rangers. And so the logic normally is, well, you know, if they win, you could say you lost to the champs. Well, we should have been the champs. I'm disgruntled. But it's going to be a tough game. Just quietly, I'm a little nervous about the game tonight. The McKay twin brothers will be playing on each other. Wow. It's always tough for the parents, right? It's kind of like when Peyton Manning played against Eli Manning, right? You know, like it's tough on the parents. Who do you go for? That was a tough pick for me in the tip too. I went with Carlton because Carlton's actually won me a few games this year. Essendon has won me nothing. Every time I pick them, they lose, it hasn't been often, but the losses they have, at least know they could say, hey, that Johnny Basement guy, we lost because he tipped us. Oh, Bill Ward, Bond. That's a great drummer. Bill Ward was phenomenal. Isn't it funny? Because so many people now forget A lot of these songs, including like Paranoid, War Pigs, songs like that, man. People are like, oh yeah, that was Ozzy. No, that was Black Sabbath. Like people give Ozzy all the credit for those songs. Like no, that was Black Sabbath. War Pigs was Black Sabbath. That is one of my favorite songs by them. Bill Ward was phenomenal drummer Bond. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I mean, there's so many greats. You always hear about Bonham and Neil Peart, and Ginger Baker was another great drummer. It's funny that it gets a lot of flack, and I think it's because the band sold out for a little while. I love them to death, Metallica. I love Metallica to death, but people act like Lars is some crappy drummer, man. Like Lars was one of the greatest metal drummers when they were back doing the Kill 'Em All album and Master of Puppets and Ride the Lightning, um, Justice for All. Those albums were hitting. Those first four albums were so amazing by them. So amazing that it's hard to pick any other band that could put together four albums like that of that genre. Now, you get into the Black Album, Load, Reload. Saint Anger was an embarrassment. I don't even think there was a guitar solo on Saint Anger. That was like an embarrassment for them. Like that, I don't know what that was. And they've made up for it a little bit since then. But Saint Anger, that was just, I swear, correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody bothered listening to that whole album. I don't think there's one guitar solo on that entire horrendous album. I don't think there is. Top of the eighth inning, Tommy Kahnle's in now. Mookie Betts is on first. Ohtani's up now. It's 4-2 Dodgers, and the Yankees just don't look like they want to get runners in when they're batting. So right now we got to get through this. Freddie Freeman will be up next. They got a hell of a batting order also. We just can't get swept at home. Just the Yankees can't get swept. The Dodgers, this should be a series like, and I'm not signing off that we've lost this game, but this just isn't looking good. Flex, to be honest, I listen to more death metal, metalcore, and stuff like that than anything else. I like to throw spanners into the works and make the convo. Well, you sure threw one in there with Nickelback. That's why you got the LOL. It's never a big death metal guy, Flex, but I can tell you, I actually, there was a time that I was driving very briefly, before Uber, I was doing some taxi driving, very, very, very part-time. I drove around Obituary, John, Daniel Tardy, those guys. Great guys, man. I don't know how. Oh, come on, Glaber with the freaking, that should have been a double play, man. Grounder right to Torres, and he bobbles it, man. Well, we should have 2 outs and nobody on. He bobbles the ball. Now it's first and second. And Freddie Freeman, I believe, is coming up. We're giving them gifts right now. Gifts. Glaber has never been a great fielding, but he was great with the bat. And his bat isn't even that good this year. His bat's coming back a little bit. Look at that. He dropped the ball earlier in the game. Like he did the old basket catch. He dropped that. And now he bobbles this. Come on, man. You can't do that against this team. Whew. Well, thanks for putting us in a bind. First and second, nobody out, Freddie Freeman up. That just threw me off what I was talking about. Oh, Obituary. Yeah, I drove them around. Man, John Tardy, I can't believe he's such a nice guy, man. Such a nice guy. And I can't believe that he can get that Cookie Monster voice going when his voice is like normal, like mine. That Cookie Monster voice that they do is out of this world. I was never a death metal guy, though. I never really got into it. I have friends of mine that are diehards with that stuff. Lamb of God and Cannibal Corpse and all that. I just never got into it. Not my style. So it was easy to, when I had friends of mine, like, man, I personally drove those guys just to the airport and back and a couple of their shows. Monsters of Metal, 2016, Tampa, Florida. I was there, and he gave me tickets to that. That was a blast. Absolute ball. Absolute ball. It was a lot, but I was not into the music, but I had friends of mine that were, so he gave me the tickets so I could bring some of my friends that would have killed to have met them. So that was pretty cool, but I never really got into the music. Yeah, Bruin, come on, Yankees. I mean, what's going on? Johnny laughing. Oh yeah, the Nickelback. Come on. Come on. That deserves nothing but a laugh. That's why, and Flex knows it. That's why I admitted he throws bands in there like, come on. It's like throwing the greatest rappers out, having a great rap conversation with the top rappers, legendary rappers, Tupac or Snoop or Biggie, and then you throw in like Vanilla Ice. Like you just like that's what Nickelback is to the bands we're talking about, like a Vanilla Ice. Like what is that? Come on. Sorry, Flex. He keeps bringing it up. 2-2 on Freddie Freeman, first and second, nobody out, and he struck him out. He struck him out. Tommy Canley struck him out. We needed that. We needed that. Uh, Bond, Nickelback, no thank you. Right. Boy, Flex, you have really got the chat going with that, man. You've got the chat going with that, man. That's awesome. James Johnson, I have to repeat the year. What does that mean, James? Don't forget to subscribe, bell notes, and like button. What does that mean? You have to repeat the year. If you mentioned something earlier, welcome to the basement because I forget a lot of crap in here. That's why you're in the basement. Doesn't get any lower than that. So if you said something earlier, I probably forgot it. What does I have to repeat the year? What does that mean? Flex, Slaughter to, oh, come on, Slaughter to Prevail's drummer has been smashing it lately. So as Falling in Reverses for their heavier songs as of late. I was never a Slaughter guy. Never like Winger. Oh, Winger. Oh man, they were horrid. Winger, Skid Row. No, those are like Skid Row's like glam metal. Like that to me is glam metal. Verdugo, come on, catch that. Oh my gosh. Oh, foul ball. Thank goodness. That would have been a base clearing double, easy. Foul ball. Foul ball. Woo! That was right along the line there. That was freaking close. Winger was awful. Oh, Skid Row. 18 in life regarded. 18 in life, no. Like that, these are bad, bad songs. Bad, awful songs. Terrible. Now that song's going to be in the head for my rest of the night. That song now, 18 Life's going to be in my head. We were just talking about Rush. We were just talking about real music. Now I have 18 in Life stuck in my head. Oh my gosh. Now I have 18 in Life stuck in my head. Man, Flex, thanks a lot, buddy. Don't you like me, man? GB, another Aussie accounted for, another cellar dweller in the basement. Good day, Johnny Rock and the Doodle Dandies. Good day to all the OGs and the Skippies in the dugout. GB, you have the greatest opening in the basement, man. You have the greatest opening lines. I got to give it to you, GB. You are the greatest opening lines in the basement, brother. You really do. I love your intro. Your intros are amazing. They always make me laugh. Big Sabbath fan, Bob. I'm picking up on that. Geezer Butler is another legend, man. He's another absolute legend. Geddy Lee is my favorite bassist of all time. Geezer Butler is amazing. Flea, I love Flea too. Flea's another great bassist. Les Claypool. How about Les, Bond? Les Claypool, monster bassist. Monster. Not even a big Chili Pepper fan. You know what's funny? The Chili Peppers to me is like one of those bands. I don't dislike any of their songs, but I don't, back when we bought CDs and albums and stuff, they never had any songs that made me run out and buy their stuff. But if they came on the radio, I always listened to them. Like I never disliked any of their stuff. But Flea, I always thought was a great bassist, man. He was amazing. Geddy Lee's Big Book of Bass he speaks about a lot of those great guys, man. Butler, Les Claypool, Geddy, and Flea are those three guys right there are my faves, man. I like Black Sabbath, man. They were another band I really liked a lot too. Wow, Bon, you're bringing in the good stuff, and Flex is like countering you with Nickelback and Slaughter and putting. Now he didn't bring up Skid Row, but when I go down that lane, when I go down that road, bands like that pop in my head. Thanks a lot, Flex. I can't hate on Flex, but he has saved me on this channel technically with the technical stuff millions of times. Millions of times. Flex has been my savior, so I can't rip on him. But man, he's countering the amazing bands and players we're talking about. Now, Bond, wouldn't you say Alex Lifeson has to be one of the most underrated guitarists out there? Alex Lifeson never gets talked about amongst great guitarists. You don't just hop in a band like Rush and just play the guitar. Like, he's an amazing guitarist, man. Absolutely amazing. And I think he's very underrated. Um, I'll tell you another underrated guy. One of my favorite guitarists of all time is Prince. Prince is one of my favorite guitarists of all time. That guy was a master musician. Prince was a master musician. Uh-oh, Rocco's awake. We're almost there, Rocco. Yeah, Prince is like, when you pull up Prince guitar solos on YouTube, you'll be blown away. For people that think that Prince was just like some pop star that couldn't play, no. That guy was one of the greatest musicians. Like, who plays synthesizers on Stevie Nicks' Stand Back? It was Prince. Sinead O'Connor's song. What was the name of that famous song she had? I can't. Rocco, good morning. Good morning, Rocco. He's been asleep this whole time. Nothing Compares to You. He wrote that song. And his My Guitar Gently Weeps 2004 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, man, he killed it. He absolutely killed it. He's one of my favorite guitarists of all time. One of them. Boy, Rocco, good morning. All right, Rock, come here. Come on, buddy. Rocco wants to say hello to everybody, sporting his Yankee jersey. All right, top of the eighth inning, bases loaded. I might have to take Rocco outside quick, guys. That bark is, Dad, I woke up and need to go out. Let's see. James, failed 10. What? Dude, you'll be all right. You got your whole life ahead of you, man. Make up for that in summer school and get back cracking, man, in the 11th grade. You do what you got to do, man. You'll be all right. You'll be all right, man. You came to the right channel. We're all in the basement here. Bond, it's a long weekend here. We have people camping everywhere here, and Moa racing now out back of the pub just near. Sounds like you're having a great time, Bond. That's awesome, man. Good for you. Hey, good for you, man. It's listening to some great music. Put some Nickelback on, Bond. Flex, you're welcome. Thanks, buddy. All right, Flex, we'll see you soon, man. Thanks for bringing the great knowledge in here today. Much appreciated. And like I said, inadvertently, now I have 18 in Life stuck in my head for the rest of the night. Mr. Marine bringing up Lemmy. Come on. Motorhead was my first concert for me, 1980. Palladium, paid $5 for it. Lemmy. Come on, man. Lemmy is so legend, man. So I hate the legendary and phenomenal. That's like a term that's like thrown around, but no, he is amazing. I didn't even know he had a New York symbol on his arm. Look at that. Uh-oh. No way. Grand salami. The Yankees are done. Grand slam. 8-2 Dodgers. Grand slam. Teoscar Hernandez just took Canely out of the park. Yankees are getting waxed right now. Waxed. 8-2. But back to you, Mr. Marine. Maybe I should have done the Panthers game tonight. Wow. Got to head out to the shops. Flex, thanks as always, brother. Motorhead, Lemmy. Dude, Lemmy. Come on, man. Motorhead was, I think the first song that hit me with them, it's like a more mainstream song for them, was Ace of Spades, man. Like, that was the first Motorhead song I think I ever heard. And that caught me in, and that's not even their best song. And that brought me in. Like, growing up back then, I was mainly Rush, Metallica, Motley Crue, Iron Maiden. And Motley Crue to me is not in those guys' categories at all. Motley Crue is just like a fun party band to me that was just fun to listen to. Although their early stuff, Too Fast for Love album, Shout at the Devil album, that Motley Crue, Knock 'em Dead Kid, Take Me to the Top, uh, Live Wire. That was like jamming Crew. Too Young to Fall in Love. Um, that Motley Crue, those first couple of albums were killer, killer. But Iron Maiden's one of my favorite metal bands of all time. And it's hard, like Bruce Dickinson is another great, amazing frontman. Just another amazing frontman. Absolutely incredible. Thunderstruck, stuck in your head. LOL, you what? Thunder. At least Thunderstruck is better stuck in my head than, and that, talk about a mainstream song. And by the way, it's the Tampa Bay Lightning hockey team. It's their opening song when you go to their games. That's their opening song, Thunderstruck. Now, I'd rather have that stuck in my head than freaking 18 in Life. And that is by far not the greatest AC/DC song. Maybe their greatest top 40 hit song, but I'd rather have that stuck in my head by far. Thank you, Bond, because that Skid Row crap. And that Flex didn't even bring that up. But Nickelback and Winger and Slaughter and Warrant and those bands that made grunge music come out. They forced grunge music's hand. Like that fake metal, that was fake metal. That was horrid. That was horrid. Those bands were horrid. Horrid. Oh, please. All right. Yeah, back to Thunderstruck, back to Sabbath, back to metal, Motorhead. ZZ Top was another band I liked growing up. I wasn't like a huge ZZ Top always had fun songs. I always liked ZZ Top. And I always found it funny that Frank Beard was the only one that didn't have a beard. Like it just, they were a fun band to listen to. Tube Snake Boogie. Tube Snake Boogie was the first ZZ Top song I think I ever heard. And I was sold from that point on. They were just a funny, fun band to listen to. What's the matter, Rocco? So, what, you got a fur ball? Just a funny, fun band to listen to. This game is top of the eighth, 8-2. If the Yankees came back in this, I'd be totally amazed. Teoscar Hernandez has 6 RBIs tonight, a grand slam, which is 4 RBIs and 2 more to count. What a terrible game. So yeah, that's, I mean, ZZ Top, Tube Snake Boogie. The lyrics in that, if you haven't heard that song out there, baby, you need to listen to that song, Tube Snake Boogie. Great ZZ Top classic, and they have so many better ones than that. It's just, that is, to me, their most entertaining song. That's just a funny song. Slash from Guns N' Roses. Slash a great guitarist, man. You know, it's funny. I like Guns N' Roses, but they weren't like, they were a legendary band. Axl's a good front man. I think I didn't like them. You know what turned me off to them? I went to a couple of their concerts, and Axl, like, exaggerating a bit, but he like showed up like the next day. Like they'd come on like 2-3 hours later. Like, I'm not here for that. Like when bands did that, it turned me off a little bit. And he was notorious for showing up really late. He did really well filling in at AC/DC though. He did really well with that. Axl in my top 10 of all time, criminally underrated, no doubt. Oh, he's definitely one of the top frontmen of all time. But you know what it is, Bonnie? He has so much crap. Like what rock star doesn't, right? A lot of guys have a lot of baggage. I mean, look at Motley Crue. I think Nikki Sixx is the only member of that band that has been original from day one. Tommy Lee at one point was gone. Vince Neil was gone. Mick Mars is gone. Nikki Sixx has never been gone. Like, so many bands have a lot of dysfunctions in them. The Yankees are doing so poorly right now. We're talking about music. But that's what we do in the base. We talk about everything. It's still only 1 out, top of the 8th. Hawks won, Bond, so all good. Good day, Rocco. See you, Flex. There you go. Bond, good. GB, I didn't tip them. I forgot they was playing in Tazzy, Lockport. I feel like Ronnie James Dio definitely needs to be mentioned. He is like, people call Ozzy the godfather of metal, but you know what? Dio is right there with him. Come on. Ronnie James Dio brought it real, man. He brought it real. Now you get back to then, man. You think about the fake metal bands around that time. How about Sin? Look what Flex did, man. He got me thinking of all the worst bands. Remember Cinderella and Rat? I wasn't a big Rat fan. A lot of big guys I knew growing up were Rat. They liked Rat. Like Rat, I just, yeah, never got into them. Ronnie James Dio, man, that was a great name drop right there, Lockport. Great name drop. Definitely. We keep hitting home runs, Bond. Good luck to your boys today. Well, GB, keep hitting home runs. Must be on the Dodgers because they've hit a boatload of home runs against the Yankees today. Yankees came in on an 8-game winning streak yesterday, lost in 11 innings, 2-1. And then today they're getting smacked. And we've had opportunities to score. We've had opportunities to score. Yankees just getting smacked. Marine, Mr. Marine, Dio is amazing. Oh, come on. That's, to me, Dio deserves, his name deserves to be up there when people say, Ozzy's the guy. He's the front. And I'm not saying he's not, but Dio's name should be right there with him. How can it not be? Dio should be right there with him. He talk about underrated. That guy, Judas Priest. What about Judas Priest? Rob Halford. Another legendary frontman. Judas Priest, I always feel gets forgotten about at times. We talk about great metal bands from the past. Judas Priest, Rob Halford, incredible frontman. Bon Scott, come on. Well, we are dropping great names. Great names. Yep, too much drugs, drinking, and ego and metal, no doubt. No doubt. Like, look at a band Rush opened for all the time. Kiss. Talk about two. Is that another home run? Oh, that's off the wall. That was an inch from being a home run. Yankees are getting smacked around, man. They are getting a humble pie today. Well, I tell you what, is it us? I mean, like the last Knicks game I did, they lost. The last Rangers game I did, they lost. The Yankees run an 8-game winning streak. I didn't do the game yesterday. They lost, but we come on today and they're getting embarrassed. That guy was safe. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, Mr. Marine, amen. And that's what killed a lot of these rock stars' voices, man. A lot of them. And the ego, how about David Lee Roth? Killing that. Van Hagar was like Van Halen, they should have stayed together. David Lee Roth's ego, and I think Eddie Van Halen, I think all of them had a lot of egos, but like that band there, that folded before I mean, like who knows what the level, the ceiling they would have had. I think David Lee Roth's ego was worse than Eddie Van Halen. I think. I've seen so many documentaries on Van Halen that it's hard to know who to blame. But Roth, apparently, like Van Hagar was just that. Talk about a turn in a band. They just became just top 40. I never got into Van Hagar. Just never did. But like I said, back to the others, Judas Priest, Rob Halford, they were another favorite of mine growing up. Another one. It's amazing. Bond, Trace Amigos, ZZ Top's best album. I'll agree with you there, Bond. 100%. 100%. Come on, man. How can anybody not like ZZ Top, man? Talk about a fun band. That was a fun band. I mean, absolutely fun, man. Like I said, that first song I heard, Tube Snake Boogie, is not their greatest song. It's one of them though. To me, it's always because that's the song that introduced me to that band. So I'll always love it. It'll always be my favorite of theirs because I heard it and I'm like, I'm sold. I need to hear more from these guys. Oh, what about Fox on the Run by Sweet? Oh, come on. Rocco needs to probably go out. He's like, the Yankees are getting killed. What are we doing here? You should turn the stream off. We're going to watch the Yankees bat one more time. I probably will end it, but I am going to be on for the Panthers and Oilers Monday night at 8. I won't be on tomorrow. So I'm about to end this soon. Mr. Marine, I was a huge Merciful Fate King Diamond fan early in the 80s. Saw them. Lamar's Brooklyn in 83. So good back then. Van Halen, first five albums, Van Halen. Come on. I mean, you're dropping tons of great names right now, Mr. Marine. Their first five albums were absolutely amazing. Women and Children First, that is an incredible album, but that's probably, arguably, their greatest album to me. Women and Children First was arguably their greatest album. That album is nails it, nails it, nails it. Come on, what's the other one? It has Mean Street on there. Push Comes to Shove. Van Halen. Can't think of the album name now. Come on, you know what I'm talking about. This is Mean Street. Bam, 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 bam. What was the name of that album? Rizzo up right now. Can we do anything? Rocco, can we do anything out here? I'm not sure. Rocco, hang in there. Come on. We're going to watch the Yankees bat here, guys. They don't do anything here. We're going to end the stream. I lost my place, guys. You're already used to that. Where are we at? I'll pick it up here. Bond. G'day, Paul. Great song. Yeah, no doubt. Paul dropping in on the chat and dropping some great stuff, man. Always appreciate it. Texas, watch the ads and thumbs it up. Rizzo just grounded out. Texas, you lost me, man. What are we talking about? Watch the ads and thumbs it up. I'm totally lost on what you're talking about, which isn't anything new because we're in the basement. Fill me in a little bit. Question, should I win the auction? Oh. Why not? Win it. Go for it. Texas Rocco, yeah, he's hanging in. You guys know Rocco's 13, has tons of he's the vet said he's healthy. He's just got a lot of arthritis problems. He was knocked out for most of this game. Got to give him credit. And Rocco was asleep for most of this game. Mr. Marine, JP Halford, Metal God. Good times. Still kicking it today. New album is good as can be. No doubt. Rob Halford, man. His voice is incredible after all these years. Incredible. His voice is amazing after all these years. Megadeth, another one. Megadeth. People, I mean, I didn't get to see Mustaine in concert with Metallica, man. I mean, Megadeth is another favorite of mine. He left and created an amazing all-time metal band. Megadeth has hit after hit after hit after hit after hit. Holy Wars, this great Hangar 18. These are like monster songs, man. Monster guitar. I feel they could play Metallica's entire catalog. James Hetfield's a definite better sounding frontman than Mustaine, but man, Megadeth, you can't. I still think Mustaine's a good frontman, but just the band itself, I mean, Kirk Hammett's a great guitarist, man, but he ain't Megadeth, man. No way. No way. Hammett's good, man, but he ain't Mustaine, man. Anyway, fair warning. Thank you. Thank you. Fair warning. I could not think of the name. Thank you, Mr. Marine. I should have known it. I just couldn't think of it. James, I like rap. I loved rap growing up. You know who my first rap band was, James? Growing up, I was big on rock, big on metal. You know who really got me into rap? Run DMC was around. They were decent. To me, they were decent, but they didn't sell me like Public Enemy did. Public Enemy, Chuck D was incredible, man. That was a front man right there. He was powerful. He brought a message. He was everything. I was a huge Public Enemy fan. Huge. Still am today. They were my favorite one by far. Cypress Hill came in after that. I like the Beastie Boys. Now I'm showing my age, man. But Cypress Hill and Public Enemy were my faves. Tupac was another favorite of mine. Biggie was good. Biggie was really good. I said that like he was nothing. No, he was really good. Whoa! Closest faces, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th inning. I'm not going to stick around after this, guys. I'm going to probably end it after this inning. Rocco's got to get outside. Wrap up today. You know, the one person I do like of today was Travis Scott, James. I like Travis Scott. You know why? Because his songs have transitions in them. His beats have transitions, and I like that. He's somebody of today I actually do like. Um, I know, Rocco. We're getting there, buddy. We're getting there. Oh, DJ, look at that. 2 outs, and now the Yankees decide to get on base. 13 minutes left in game one, 2-0 Panthers. You know what's funny? The Panthers shut out the Rangers in game one. Yep. We're going to be calling it a night on this one in a minute. So back in the day, those are my faves, and to this day, they probably will always be. It's funny enough. If you had told me back in the 80s that Public Enemy and Rush would be going to the Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, at the same time, the same year, I wouldn't have believed it. Because Rush was never allowed in the Hall of Fame for whatever reason. They should have been in years prior. And that was awesome, man. Just absolutely awesome. No one brought it like that, though. No one brought it like Chuck D, man. I was sold on all their songs. Album Nation of Millions. Takes a nation of millions to hold us back. That is their greatest album. Greatest album. So many hit after hit after hit after hit after hit. That's my favorite by them. Gunner, I'm here. OG Cellar Dweller accounted for. Gunner, you drop it in right when I'm ready to leave. Right when I'm ready to turn this off. Yankees getting destroyed, and the basement mascot has got to go out. He's been asleep this entire time, Gunner. That rarely happens. He's been asleep from the start of the game, and he has missed nothing. Bond, JB, I'll put some songs that a few of my friends made in Discord. Please do, Bond. Drop them in there, brother. Drop them in. Just like the V8 supercars, man. I really appreciate it, Bond. Thank you, man. I always get to this stuff, so I do appreciate it. Drop it. Mr. Marine. Grandmaster Flash, Mr. Marine. Look at this. The Yankees, another hit. We get the first two guys. Our first two guys, that's the theme of today. Our first two batters every inning have to get out. Then we start getting hits and can't afford to get another out when we get runners on base. And what happens? We don't get anybody home. Grandmaster Flash was great. Yeah, Run DMC was the other one following up. They were good, man. I liked them. But like I said, when I heard Public Enemy, man, it was over. It was over. I broadened my horizons. I listen to everything. Either I'm going to like stuff or I'm not, but I give everything a chance, man. Everything. So, and Cypress Hill, I mean, they played rock, rap, Ice-T's Body Count. How about Body Count? To me, Body Count, not Rage Against, I like Rage Against the Machine. Love Rage Against the Machine. Ice-T and Body Count, they were the first real rap rock band that came around, because Ice-T is a huge metal fan. Huge into metal. Huge into metal. A great rapper, but huge into metal. When he made Body Count, that was a heavy hitting band. Yankees have first and second, 2 outs. Dodgers up 8-2. I should have done the Stanley Cup tonight. They're just getting waxed. And Juan Soto's not playing. I hope he's not out for long. Chief Keef's the first rapper I never heard. I never even heard of him. James, you got me on that one, buddy. Never even heard of him. Mr. Marine, one faded Gunner. Awesome. Yep, Gunner showed up. Gunner, we were doing trivia earlier. We got a little bit going. Texas, we need some Johnny Baseman sings Yankee songs. You might get it. You might get it. If we get games like this a lot, you might get it. Gunner played some horseshoes, probably played the best. Really? You're playing horseshoes? Wow. Everything's going on. And we're bringing up a lot in the basement today. Gunner, do you know that Flex brought up Nickelback today? Like, we're talking about amazing bands and frontmen, and he brought up Nickelback. So that's where everywhere the basement's gone tonight. And that's it. The Yankees had 2 outs, then decided to get a couple of hits and a walk, and then got the third out. We did nothing. I'm going to be ending this tonight, guys. Monday night, Panthers, Oilers. Monday night is the 10th. Panthers, Oilers, guys. We'll be doing, unless something comes up, I'll be doing that game. Like I said, we have our grandkids up for the summer. Anything can happen. Right now, I will 90% guarantee I'll be on. It's an 8 o'clock start. We should have done that game tonight. Still 2-0 Panthers according to Texas. So, oh, Gunner, come on. Gunner, don't end the chat on saying that. Oh, Gunner, we got things to talk about. Gunner. Gunner. The message by Grandmaster Flash is great, no doubt, bro. Gunner. James, thanks for dropping in, man. Gunner, how can you end the chat? You're an OG. How can you end the chat on saying I like Nickelback? Man, dude, we were talking about some great bands, brother. Oh, Gunner, you brought the whole chat down. Flex did originally, but now you piggybacked on Nickelback. Oh, we're gonna end on that, Gunner. Gunner, you're fired. Mr. Marine said you're fired. Oh, Gunnar, I wish you were in here for the whole discussion tonight. I really do, man. I wish you were in here for the whole discussion tonight. Oh, my gosh. We're going to end it on that. We're going to end it on that. Panthers, Oilers. I'll have my Oiler jersey on Monday night. My Wayne Gretzky is the only one I have. We'll see you guys then. Enjoy the weekend. Thank you as always, guys, for dropping in and supporting the channel. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time through. Had to drop back in for a second. Bond, great song. Body Count, Body Count. Great, great song. Great song. Oh, we'll get into that on the next stream. We'll get into Body Count on the next stream, Bond. Awesome. Now I really am out.